UFC back in Montreal for the first time in a decade, and for the first time ever, there will be 2 title fights in La Metropole. Valentina Shevchenko defending her flyweight title against Manon Fior in the co-main. Belal Muhammad makes his first title defense against dangerous Aussie striker Jack Della Maddalena in the main event. It's all going down at the Bell Center. This is a live look at the weigh-in stage. 24 fighters set to step to the scale. If you've joined us before, you know the drill. We will be here for all of them, and both champions slated to join us live after stepping on the scale. Welcome to the official 315 weigh-in show, coming to you from the Bell Center in beautiful Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He is the Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier, Dean Thomas, UFC pioneer, Dan Helly, Laura Sanko with you as well. And what a fight card we have scheduled. Get the collar ready, buddy. You don't have it buttoned up all the way.
I can't button them all the way to the top no more.
Really?
That neck too swole.
I've been doing neck exercises.
That is a nice looking shirt, though.
Hey, let me tell you something. Anderson Nord, nice,
wow.
huh?
Right off the top. He's
Just
picking a sponsor.
Let me up. Hey, set me up, Laura. You see that AO right there?
I got you.
Dino, what are you representing?
Dogs.
Dogs.
German Shepherds?
I told you earlier, this is my spirit animal right here. I'm a dog, baby.
Let the big dog eat.
Yeah.
Let the big dog eat.
You know he just bought that on the street yesterday?
Did he really?
Yeah, man, I was walking around and I saw this. I said, I got to cop that for the weigh-in show. I said, everybody on the weigh-in show going to love this
Is that a
shirt.
border collie?
If I'm being completely honest, it looked like you bought yours in the store and Dan bought his off the street. What do you mean? That jacket you're wearing. Because that jacket you're wearing over the top.
It's a jacket, it's a shirt.
That thing looked like you bought off the side of
Did
the road.
you see my
You don't like
Canadian,
it?
Laura looks
Canadian
amazing.
tuxedo?
You look amazing, Laura.
In Canada, all denim. You got it.
Yeah, it's nice.
know?
Yeah, you look good, Laura.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're not even like color coordinated. You don't have anything going on that's related to Montreal whatsoever. You're just representing Anderson Ord.
Yeah, every time. It's all good, man.
All right, let's take a
We
look at
family over here.
Let's take a look at what is going down Saturday night here in Montreal. As per usual, we are well represented when we're north of the border. And the curtain jerker, 2-time Canadian tough winner Brad Katona, taking on Bekzat Almacan. Quebec native Marc-Andre Barrio faces Bruno Silva in the prelims on ESPN. 2 light heavyweight bouts kicking off the prelims. It's Navajo Sterling and Ivan Erslan, Modestas Bukowskis and Ion Kutalaba. Top 10 flyweight bout. Jessica Andrade faces Jasmine Jazavicius, and proper Mike Malott repping Canada against Chuck Buffalo. The main card, it's a short notice fight between Benoit Saint-Denis and Kyle Prepelic, a Canadian making his UFC return. Top 5 flyweight tilt, #1 ranked contender Alexa Grasso, and rising superstar Natalia Silva. Jose Aldo, the ageless wonder, faces a stiff test in Ayman Zahabi. And in the co-main event, Valentina Shevchenko, the champion, faces his Manon Fior. And of course, our main event, Belal Muhammad and Jack Della Maddalena. Belal Muhammad is much anticipated title defense. He is here and he is ready to weigh in first. Let's bring in the voice of the UFC. John Anik, I know you and your brother very close with Belal Muhammad. This is a different situation for him. He is the hunted and not the hunter anymore. Has that changed anything for him?
I don't think it has, and it's great to be with you guys. And let me just say, I never thought we would have a worse wardrobe choice than Dominic Cruz's Mr. Rogers sweater on the weigh-in show, whatever Dean Thomas is wearing today. I don't even know. Are we trying to turn off the opposite sex? I don't know exactly what we're doing with that.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, for Belal Muhammad, it's interesting, right? Because his first title defense was to come against Shavkat Rakhmonov. He was going to be a decided betting underdog, and now he's fighting Jack Della Maddalena. He's a 2-1 favorite, and a lot of people think stylistically that this is a far more advantageous matchup. Daniel Cormier is the king of the grind, but Belal Muhammad is on his tail. You know, this guy is so married to the game, right? He orders a burger and fries, doesn't eat the French fries even when he's at a camp. So I don't know that mentality-wise there's anything that can get this guy off his game, Hellcat, whether the target's on his back or not. I think the bigger issue, as I often say, might just be that the opponent, Jack Della Maddalena, is that good.
Let me ask you about the co-main event. Valentino Shevchenko says there was some disrespect maybe on social media coming from Manon Fior. Did you feel any of that in your fighter meeting with Valentina?
She's been very dismissive of that, and even at the press conference, she tried to distance herself from that. I think we can all agree that Valentina Shevchenko is a martial artist in totality, and that applies to every aspect of her life. So she's not going to denigrate nor cut down an opponent. She's not going to suggest that her opponent, if she doesn't win, should go into retirement, you know, the way Manon Fior did here. So I think it's much ado about nothing. Even when I tried to extract something from Valentina Shevchenko about fighting a fresh opponent and not fighting Alexa Grasso, she didn't want to take the bait on that. She is very systematic. She is focused on energy management in terms of her responsiveness with us, and she's an underdog this weekend, but if her performance at Sphere is any indication, I know Dean Thomas feels like maybe all the hunger that went into that win could be a price to pay in this fight, but if that performance is any indicator, I think you're going to get a prime Shevchenko here Saturday night.
And Manon Fior coming in feeling very good. In terms of size differential, seems like she's bigger than the champ. Did that disparity come across when you saw the two?
Yeah, she's enormous, and she's hardened, too. I mean, I don't know what her body fat percentage is, but, yeah, I mean, that's a huge thing in this fight. And every time I watch footwork on these two challengers, Manon Fior, 7-0 in the UFC, and Della Maddalena, 7-0 in the UFC, every time I turn on the film, I feel like they have a better chance to win. Just the footwork, the IQ, the consequential nature of their strikes. I'm excited to see what Manon can do with the opportunity, and at least for her, Shevchenko is the one that's the champ because I think it's particularly fitting.
Manon not ready to weigh in just yet. Valentina Shevchenko, the champion, is John Anik. I know you have some work to do. Thank you so much for joining us. Speaking of joining us, Sean Brady, who could be in a title fight very soon, going to be joining us as well here on set. Your pupil.
My man, Sean Brady, going to be joining us. Just left them. I was with them in Philly. He was beating me up in Philly, beat me up yesterday. Now he's going to be joining us on the show today.
And hopefully he beats you up here, too.
I hope not. I can't. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, no. He can't. He ain't beating up my boy.
That's right. Yeah.
You got your bodyguard.
We got backup.
I got backup. I got my man DC, Laura over there. Yeah, we're going to jump him if he get out of line. Yeah.
You have been in the position that Belal Muhammad is in right now in terms of his first title defense. Was it different for you, the feel in camp, the feel when you got here during fight week?
You know, honestly, you're more motivated. You know, a lot of people talk about when you become the champion, you've chased so long that once you gain that and you think, I can sit back, no chance. You're more prepared because once you get a taste of it, and you heard the ring is like, yeah, I got it right. Once you get a taste of it, you don't want to let it go. And I remember preparing for Alexander Gustafsson, and I knew how good he was. So I made sure I was ready, and I was able to get through what became a very tough fight. Even if I may not have expected it to be as hard as it was, it was. So I hope that Belal is training in that way, expecting a very tough Della Maddalena, so that if it does get harder than you expect, you can actually work your way through that.
I don't think you ever have to worry about the work ethic when it comes to Belal Muhammad. And I don't know, watching him operate the last couple of months in the interviews after he got healthy again and started to get back out in front of the camera, he is so much more himself. I feel like there were times where it was a little bit forced because he was having to get everyone's attention to say, I deserve this, I deserve this,
and winning so much and having to still do that.
So much, and then he finally gets it, and you see this like, yeah, I did it. Like there's a layer of confidence that he wears around now. It's not fake, it's so real. And watching a guy get better at this level of the game, that last performance, the best one yet, I mean, that's a scary proposition.
Yeah, that first title defense is always important. I remember being with Tyron Woodley when he defended the first time, and that's the moment where you have to prove to the world that this was no accident.
Yeah.
I'm not a fraud, this is no accident. I'm the best in the world. I won the belt, but now the challenger is trying to take it from me, and this is an opportunity for me to prove to the world that I really am the best, and it was no fluke that I won it in the first place.
And also, it's like you know and recognize that everything you felt, right, that hunger, that desire to be the champ, that oh, my God, I finally got here, I need to take advantage of it, it's now on that side.
Yeah.
They feel exactly what you felt when you knew that this was going to be your opportunity. You know you have a hungry challenger in front of you.
Everybody's training for you when you're the hunted, right?
Yep.
You heard Manon talk about this. She said, from the day I got into the UFC, I've been preparing to fight Valentina Shevchenko. Everybody's preparing to fight Belal Muhammad now, and he's preparing for the opponent, right? It's just a totally different feel.
It's just very rare that somebody, like, she got here in 2019, Manon, 20, and the champion is still the same.
Right.
Right? Like the champion is still the same. That's crazy.
But I mean, not the same, but like she lost it and then got it
Got
back.
it
But
back.
she- but
It's
she's
still
even-
the same person.
but,
that's
Same
holding
target.
the
but makes
belt.
it
Yeah.
even makes it even more impressive.
2021, so last 4 years, she's been the champion. So Bilal Muhammad, the first to step to the scale.
Bully B.
Remember the name.
I was actually talking to Bully B the other day for my YouTube channel, and he was relaxed, Laura. He was more confident. And honestly, even the way he spoke and talked, he was relaxed.
That's what I mean. He was just himself.
Just
like,
himself.
Just cool.
He's like, okay, we start talking about Tyron. We start talking about Kamaru Usman. He talked about Jack Della Maddalena, saying that he was boring. And I was like, well, I don't think that last fight was boring. We asked the question yesterday for Chael Night Show, and I would say a sentence, and you tell me the first word that comes to your mind.
170.
170, the official
and it
weight
was
for
Bilal
the champ,
Muhammad is the
Bilal
blank champion of the world. I go to misunderstood
Yeah.
champion in the world right now because they don't understand that what he does is so difficult to pull
Yeah.
off. It's hard to fight in the way that Bilal Muhammad fights.
I don't think he's underappreciated. Well, he might be underappreciated. I don't think he's underrated anymore.
Right.
No, he's not underrated. He's underappreciated.
Underappreciated, yeah,
Underappreciated.
for
There's
sure.
a big difference.
Yeah.
People just don't want to get behind him for whatever reason. But you're
If
right.
you fall behind Bilal, you're done.
Yeah.
You ain't catching up.
Yeah, no
You
doubt,
got to make
no
sure
doubt.
you take the lead against that guy.
All right, next fighter to the scale, the other champion around whom this fight card was built, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC women's flyweight champion, the future Hall of Famer, Valentina Bullet Shevchenko.
The queen of the flyweight division, two-time champion, now looking to defend her title in her second reign, but ultimately for the 8th time. The first, let's see here.
124.
124,
Wow.
the official
first
weight
UFC
for
fighter to
Valentina
get
Shevchenko.
all 8 of the rubies. I don't know where she's going to put the next one if she gets it, but that's pretty impressive.
She's amazing, dude.
She really is.
And to have done it for so long
Yep.
at this level is nuts.
Well, like when her first fight was like in 2002
Next
or
fighter
something
to
like
the
that.
scale.
And she
She's
was
been around a long
kickboxing
time.
before,
Yeah.
UFC welterweight title, the number 5 ranked contender, Jack Della Maddalena.
Here comes Jack Della. Look, this dude here has so much potential and ability. He has an opportunity to become a champion. Sometimes, right, when you don't expect
170, the official weight
170 for the
Jack
challenger,
Della Maddalena.
you don't expect right now to be your championship opportunity. You can go in there and operate with a
315
freedom
main event is now
that you may
official.
not have expected to have going into your first title shot. This guy is a tremendous boxer and promises that he's worked very, very hard on his wrestling defense so that he doesn't just get grounded by Bilal.
Manon Fior, 125.
Oh, they coming fast.
They were
Little
until
bit
the
of
commission did. The
confusion.
commission
Yeah, I don't
comes
know
in
what's
like
up with
they
this guy,
messing up
man.
these
Attention to
names.
detail in Canada.
Just
by the way.
Next
let
fighter
John
to
Allen
the
take it.
scale,
Just let John
challenging
take
for
it.
the undisputed UFC women's flyweight title, the number 2 ranked contender, Manon Fior.
So Manon Fior is, first off, she's big.
Look how big she is. Oh my God, she walked out like, oh my God.
Manon Fior is big for 125.
125, the official weight for Manon Fior.
Manon Fior also understands that she has an opportunity
that,
not only to
your
become
co-main
champion, but
event
to
is
become the
also
champion
now
at the
official.
hands of the right person. You can
All right,
become a
next fighter
champ,
to the
but when you beat
scale.
someone like Valentina to become the champ, it means more to everyone because they recognize how special Valentina is. But this young lady's good, man.
Yeah.
She can strike.
It's really a good thing that John Anik is at the weigh-ins right now.
I mean, what is this guy doing? Like, honestly, I don't understand what this man is
Fighter
doing.
to the scale, kicking off the pay-per-view
Gotta be
main
a
card
more
back in the UFC
efficient
for the
way
first
to
time
do
in a
this.
long time.
You know we're doing a
Please
TV
welcome
show?
Kyle
Yeah.
Prepelic.
Kyle Prepelic seizing the moment here, last-minute call to fight Benoit Saint-Denis. He actually had a cup of coffee in the UFC. Things didn't go quite
156, the
to
official
plan
weight
for him.
for
But this is
Kyle
a big deal
Prepelic.
here, to take a fight kind of last minute and to make weight, no problem. He actually had another fight that was scheduled, so he had a bit of a camp. But man, what an opportunity to come out and just
Yeah, look,
put it all out there.
Look, Chris and them actually going
Oh
to
my
tell him who's
gosh.
next. Because the only person that would be less efficient is Dan. Because just like this guy, just like this old guy doesn't know who's coming up, Dan don't know nobody
Are
either.
you really
so
serious?
yeah, so Dan don't know who's
Dan,
fighting.
how's it feel, Dan? Dan, how's it
Dan
feel?
just
How's
looked
it
at his
feel?
watch. Dan just looked at
Dan,
his
what?
watch.
How's it
Like, are
feel,
we
Dan?
doing this
We're
already?
10 minutes in the show. You're a jive turkey, dog.
Dan, you want to fight? You try to fight me? You call me a job
Jive
turkey?
turkey. Oh, no.
Then I
No,
will
that
beat
is-
your ass, boy. Don't call me a job turkey.
Is that an airplane reference?
Don't you? Don't you dare call me a job turkey.
The Baltic Gladiator, Modestus Bukauskas, a two-time Cage Warriors champ, been training with Tom Aspinall and his team. He says it's like Jack and the Beanstalk, and he's Jack because these guys are huge, which is really saying a lot when you're 6'3" and you walk around at 220 pounds like this guy does. He's coming in having won 4 of his last 5, including finishes
the official weight
in his last 2, and he makes weight easily.
Called you a jive turkey.
He called me a jive turkey,
Oh,
man.
Can I ask you guys
You
a
been
question?
watching Sanford and Son?
I
Call me a jive turkey.
Can I ask you two something? Is that okay for us to say?
You can say jive turkey
You
if you know the
can.
definition
Yeah.
of what it is. But he called me a jive. You
Jive
call me
turkey.
a JT, okay? You
know what
don't
a jive
fight me
turkey
after
is?
this.
I might not.
It's somebody who acts like they know what they're talking about and they don't know what they're
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, that's what it is.
oh.
But hey, you call a brother a jive turkey, you better be ready to
I
fight.
know.
I'm ready.
You got to back that up, Helly.
UFC women's flyweight contender Jasmine.
I was
Jazz
picturing that
Divizius.
scene from Airplane where the lady was like, excuse me, sir.
And here we go. We got Jasmine Jazz the Vicious. I think she's the best chance for a Canadian champion. Call me wrong if I say that, but her win over Priscilla Cachoeira was one of the worst and one-sided beatdowns that we've seen in a long time. The strike differential in that fight was 326 to 26.
124, the
She
official
is an
weight for
absolute
Jasmine
savage
Jazz
when she gets going, and the run she's been on has been as impressive as we have seen it. I can't wait to watch her fight Saturday.
Jillian Robinson.
Jillian
Yeah,
Robinson's
she's on the
great.
phone.
I know, man.
She's on the phone right now.
But I have to be impartial.
She just
That's messed
texted
up,
me.
man.
She
She's
just
texting-
texted
she's
me,
back-
WTF, exclamation point.
Yeah,
I know,
Coach.
listen, we from Port St. Lucie. We from Florida. You know what I'm saying? We from Port St. Lucie, Florida.
She like, coach? She just texted coach.
Thank you all for your patience. Next fighter to the scale, competing in a bantamweight prelim on ESPN Plus, Brad Katona.
Okay, so Brad Katona was on my season of The Ultimate Fighter. He made his way back through The Ultimate Fighter, which is unbelievable in its own right.
136, the official weight
136 for
Brad
Katona. He won it twice, but look, this fight that he has this weekend, this one can really help him elevate himself in the division because Almacan is so tough, so good, and Brad is going to have to fight the perfect fight to beat this guy because this guy has better takedown defense than he showed against Umar Nurmagomedov. This is a big fight for Brad Katona.
You think they're just going over the order here?
I don't know what this guy's doing, bro.
But do they have to do this in between every
This dude is
person?
tripping. He is really
I feel
tripping,
like there
dog.
should just be a card that they could show him.
Yeah, like, or at least like preference.
Look at Anik. Look at
He is like, what
And
is
it's
happening?
Like, this is some
All right,
tomfoolery.
next athlete to the scale is a future UFC Hall of Famer, the former UFC women's strawweight champion, now the number 7 ranked flyweight contender, Jessica Andrade.
You know, Jessica Andrade is in a very unique situation here because
126.
126
the official
for
weight
Andrade.
Jessica Andrade.
for so long she has been the one that has turned back the challenge of the young women. She have not done that recently. And now she's out there with Jazz Divizius, knowing that if Jasmine can win, she potentially puts herself in the opportunity to fight for a championship. She's
Ratner, ladies and
big
gentlemen.
moment here. Big moment. She's got to get a victory.
All right, next athlete to the scale, competing live on pay-per-view, the former UFC women's flyweight champion and now the number 1 ranked contender, Alexa Grasso.
Yesterday, Alexa Grasso came to the fighter meeting, and she was much more intense. And when speaking about the last fight, she goes, nothing went right.
126, the
126.
official weight for the
She
former
goes,
champ,
my
Alexa
mind
Grasso.
wasn't right. She goes, I couldn't get going. She goes, I tried to just not think about it. She goes, because it was just that wrong. She said nothing went right inside the octagon from her striking to her takedown defense. She goes, she will show better this weekend and show who she is and remind people.
Tell me
It's
the
a little
UFC
out of
hasn't been to
character.
Montreal in a decade without telling me the UFC hasn't been to Montreal in a decade. Just look at that
Next
guy.
fighter to the scale, one half of the featured prelim live on ESPN in the welterweight division, Chuck Buffalo, Charles Radke.
Charles Radke, awfully spicy this week.
Yes.
Does not like Canada, does not like Mike Malott. If Double Birds was a person, it would be Charles Radke. But he is...
171, the official weight for Chuck
51
Buffalo,
seconds,
Charles
round 1 knockout
Radke.
of Matt Semmelsberger. There's no denying it. Oh, he just threw him there. See, I said
Why is he,
Double
yo,
Birds
why
was
is
a
he so
person.
angry?
I think he just enjoys operating that way, you know?
Does he like
Yeah.
being called
Life that
Charlie?
way.
Bilal just always calls him Charlie. We
I
call
don't-
him Charlie Radke now?
No, he's Chuck
Chuck
Buffalo.
I know he's Chuck Buffalo, but
Yeah.
every time Bilal talks about his teammate, he refers to him as Charlie.
Charlie?
Look at Anik.
Couldn't they just tell this guy like the next 3 fights of what he needs to look for?
I mean, this
So
is.
I just don't understand what he's doing. Like, I don't know if they're like telling him
All right,
what
next
weight
fighter to
class
the
it
scale,
is.
I
making
think
his
they are
second
telling him what
UFC
weight class
appearance in
it
the
is.
light heavyweight division, Navajo Sterling.
Yeah, Navajo Sterling repping City Kickboxing, making his sophomore UFC appearance. Got his contract on season 8, Dana White Contender Series. Talked a lot about this camp, focusing on
205,
the
the official weight
conditioning,
for
the
Navajo
recovery. He
Sterling.
posted a picture a couple days ago. Did you guys see it? He was shredded out of his gourd. I mean,
Yeah.
you can
he's
see it
shredded
here.
now.
But when he fills back up, holy cow, he is in tremendous shape.
I figured it out, guys.
What is it?
If we're not coming back for another 10 years, the commissioner making sure he gets his airtime on the way in.
That's what it is, yeah.
Right?
Smart. He's smart. Well, they're gonna be mad
All
at
right,
you.
next fighter to the scale.
Dan, you shoot your
The other
classmate
half
like
of the
that.
first fight of the night, live on ESPN Plus in the
classmate?
bantamweight division. Bekzat
Is that an old joke?
You're terrible.
That almost went over my head.
Another Kazakh warrior making his way to the UFC scale here.
136, the official weight for
Made his
Bekzat
UFC
Almakhan.
debut against Umar Nurmagomedov, the tough assignment. But it was one of those fights where, despite not coming away with a win, he really showed a tremendous skill set. So 9 wins by knockout. He's got great hands. We'll see what he can do in this one. I guess I could have just kept going. I'm so used to wrapping up. Yeah.
Oh man.
Can somebody give me the commissioner's name? I feel like we need to
No,
shout
stop,
him
dude,
out.
because this guy's gonna feel
All
horrible
right, next fighter
whenever
to
he
the
watches
scale, the
it.
other half of the
he's not gonna
featured
watch us. We can
prelim
rip him.
live on ESPN in the
rip him.
welterweight division.
I'm proper Mike Malott. I'm fighting out of Niagara, Ontario, Canada, and DC. I'm looking forward to getting another in-octagon interview with you after this big win.
171, the official weight for Mike Malott.
The 33-year-old Canadian making weight, a Contender Series alum, of course, making his 6th UFC walk and entering his 4th year in the promotion with a 4-1 record in the UFC, coming off that unanimous decision win over Trevin Giles last November in Edmonton.
All right,
I
next
can't wait.
fighter
This
to
is
the
fight of the
scale,
night
competing
potential
live on
against
pay-per-view.
Charlie
He is the number
Radke, Chuck
13
Buffalo.
ranked UFC lightweight contender, Benoit Saint-Denis.
Benoit Saint-Denis,
Oh.
BSD. Hey, man, this dude here was riding hot for a while. Worked his way into some really high-level competition. Got beaten his last couple, but does understand that this weekend...
156, the official weight for God of War.
156
Benoit
for
Saint-Denis.
Benoit. He's got an opportunity against a guy on short notice to not only fight and win, but impress. For himself to get back to where he wants to be, back in that elite competition with the Poiriers and the Moicanos. He's got to win impressively this weekend. That comes with a lot of pressure in itself. They tried to move Benoit to another
All right,
fight
next fighter
card.
to the scale,
He goes, I was
competing
here
in
to
the light
fight. I
heavyweight
wanted to stay on the
division.
card
Did
at
you
all
have a
costs.
fighter
Arslan.
meeting with him?
I did.
What is up with him not having coaching the last couple of...
He's got a coach now, though.
I know, but...
Ivan Arslan proudly repping his home country of Croatia, the 33-year-old making just his 2nd UFC walk. Did you know when he signed with the UFC last summer, he became the first
205, the official weight
Croatian-born
for Ivan
male
Arslan.
UFC fighter in 8 years?
Wow.
Hey, Laura,
Yes.
he's with the same coach that now has Imavov.
Okay, that's a
Yeah,
great...
he's with Imavov
Yeah.
coach now. Yeah, but he
So
didn't.
he didn't have coaches before? What was he doing?
Yeah, but
A couple of camps where he
All
just
right,
kind of was
next fighter
coaching
to the
himself.
scale is the UFC light heavyweight veteran
not
Iwan Kutelaba.
Ion Kutula, this guy has given us some great fights over the years. He is a complete maniac inside the cage, which is odd because he says his favorite
205,
technique
the
is the
official weight for
omoplata.
Iwan
You wouldn't even think he could spell omoplata, but that's his favorite technique. But his best win was over Khalil Roundtree. He says he actually wants a rematch against Khalil Roundtree. I would love to see that as well.
I don't know if I want to see that for him because Khalil Roundtree today is a monster.
All right, next athlete to the scale competing in a prelim live on ESPN Plus in the middleweight division, power bar, Marc-Andre Barrio.
You know, Marc-Andre Barrio, man, he's when he first went to South Florida, he was winning. It's turned now. So I'm going to be honest with you. It's do or die for Marc-Andre Barrio. It's not, he's lost 3 fights in a row.
185, the official
185.
weight for
But he's
Marc-Andre
been finished in the
Barrio.
first round in the last 2, right? One of his greatest gifts was his cardio and his ability to push guys. But if you can't last
Yeah, I was
after
gonna say,
a
if
round,
you get knocked
Yeah.
out,
you have no
what's
chance.
the point?
So I'm interested to see how he recovers and how he fights weekend against Bruno Silva, who's a very tough guy. Yo, Bruno Silva, that's the guy that doesn't like me and Chael Sonnen, right?
He don't like y'all?
Oh, he was mad at us. Isn't that the guy that got poked in the eye by Chris Weidman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he hates
don't-
me. He hates
Really?
Chael. Oh my God, he hates us. I thought he got cut after the last fight.
Which is weird because most guys seem to be, and I was going to ask you about this. Isn't that weird? Like a guy just wins a fight and then they get in the octagon and talk to you and they seem more excited about talking to you.
Yeah, it's so
Like Mike Malott said that. He was like, DC, I can't wait to talk to you.
You want to fight, man?
Yeah, yeah.
That's,
Like, you
that's
just
what
won
you're
the
happy
fight. Why
about.
are you so excited about me?
Because it means you won the
DC's
fight.
a big deal.
Yeah, but
It
still.
means you won the fight. They don't care about me.
Yeah, they
No,
do.
they-
Yeah, they do. Oh.
So, Zahabi and Jose Aldo apparently having a conversation with Sean Shelby, the matchmaker.
Well, you know what that means.
It means one of them
Somebody's
didn't
Someone's
wait.
not. Yeah.
Yep. Somebody's
Oh,
not
no.
making the weight, and then, or will you agree to fight me here? Is the question.
And they just decided now to do this?
Yeah.
Does seem a little. Yeah. Who's?
Jose Aldo's missing the weight, I believe.
Yeah,
if
for
it's
sure,
anybody,
for sure.
it's Jose.
Yeah, I think Aldo.
I think it's Aldo too, just being older.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the punishment
Great.
apparently, if we're wrong, we have to chug a beer. No problem.
He's trying to be wrong.
I'm surprised we haven't got one
I
yet.
have a much better show.
I
when
say
start
I say
drinking early.
Zahabi.
I got hot coffee.
Gonna burn the man.
No, I say Zahabi. That's what I'm saying now. I want to be wrong.
No, it's
Did they
it's-
tell
it's-
you already?
No, I think it's Jose.
well, because we were all so surprised that
I was surprised
Jose was
he
ever
ever made
making
it.
135.
Yeah, I was surprised he ever made it at this, especially at this age. You know. That's
Hey, I
tough.
thought there were no more of the last time at the restaurant. They told us that they didn't have American-made alcohol here.
Really?
Yeah.
They must have imported
We
it.
brought this.
Oh, just bourbon.
Are we? Am I opening this?
UFC's
Oh,
tariff
Jay,
proof.
what's for me, man?
Am
Do
I
get,
opening this with my
a
teeth?
Coke? Yeah, give me a soda. I'll chug a Coke.
Chug a Coke.
RJ, am I opening this with my teeth or are these screw
No,
offs?
you
Can you?
screw up.
Oh, I used to be able to do the thing in college where you could.
Really?
With my elbow.
Oh, you must have been fun in college.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah, like, you probably was so fun taking like 24 hours in one semester. You must have been so fun.
I did.
24 hours in one semester.
I did take 26 hours.
Yeah, like what
I
are you
know.
doing? Like, oh my God, you had such a fun college. All you did was school.
I was the exact same.
And you-
Imagine
I am
going-
right now.
Dan. Imagine Dan in college. That was fun.
Yeah.
Dan was fun in college.
Dan's a frat boy now.
The 70s?
Come on, dude. Hey,
The 70s
the
in college?
champ is waiting.
Okay.
Bilal Muhammad waiting to join us. I know you've been waiting all week to be on this show, Bilal. How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good, man. Finally, it's over with. Tomorrow night, I get to put on a show. The weight cut was easy, smooth. Shout out to my brother Ian. Wouldn't be able to do it without him.
You know, you've been so quick to praise your coach, Mike Valley, and your teammates, but you've talked specifically about Gerald Mearshart being back in the gym and Ignacio, how helpful they are to you in training. What is it specifically about those two that has been so helpful to you?
Oh, man. If you talk to Gerald, he's like an encyclopedia of MMA. He's so smart. He's good everywhere. The knowledge that he brings to the gym is amazing. And, yeah, just with jiu-jitsu, right? Because when he wasn't there, we didn't have like a specific jiu-jitsu coach, specific jiu-jitsu training at the time. So now that when he came, he made it more structured. So we're feeling good with that. Obviously, you saw Nacho get a submission his last fight. Then Nacho, my main man, who I think is the best striker in the UFC, he's showing how good he is. And after this fight against Fizia, people are going to realize who's next coming up in that division.
Bilal, first off, my brother, we doing numbers on YouTube, so people go tap in because Bilal, your interview is doing really well. It seems as though now you're starting to grab people's attention. What is it that you've changed, Bilal, to try and make people tap in and tune in a little bit more to what you're saying and what you're doing?
I just think that nobody thought I would become the champion, right? And nobody was listening to me before. But now that I had the belt, once you get that gold, everybody wants to listen. Everybody's locked in. Everyone's tuned in, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest difference I saw. Everybody's like, man, now you're talking a lot more. I'm like, bro, I've been talking. Nobody was listening. Now they're listening. They have to listen because I had the belt.
What'd you say? The producer asked me to ask another question about our video because it was so good, but let's move on from that. Bilal, they want to talk about my YouTube while I'm on their YouTube, Bilal. They try to talk about my YouTube while I'm on theirs.
There we go.
But Bilal, listen, my brother, when you won that belt, right? You put everyone on notice. People may give you, you know, a hard time. They might boo. Have you ever considered going, boo me, I don't care. I'm just going to keep beating all your favorite fighters over and over? And how much pride do you take in that? And enjoyment do you take in going into Manchester and beating Leon Edwards, having an ability to beat up on Jack Della Maddalena this weekend? Do you take enjoyment in beating those guys in those situations?
Oh, I love it. I love getting booed. That's why that's why I wore the Blackhawks jersey yesterday. I'm like, bro, I want to hear these boos. I want to be in enemy territory. I want to feel that, right? Because I grew up, I loved watching wrestling. I loved the bad guys in WWF, the Stone Colds, the Rocks, right? So I love that energy. I want people to doubt me. I want people to hate me because that's what fuels me. I need that little chip on my shoulder to keep proving all these people wrong.
Bilal, to your point, there were boos, but I feel like there has been a shift in the level of respect that people have for you. Like they may not like everything. Do you feel the shift in respect though? Because I see it, I see it in the comments, I see it on social media. People at some point finally have gone, you know what, he is really, really good. I may not love everything, but he's really good. Are you feeling that?
Yeah, 100%. And like even with like the odds, right? They have me the favorite now. I'm like, come on, nah, give me the underdog. I want to stay the underdog. I want to keep that mentality. But yeah, people are realizing how good I am, especially, you know, even after Sean Brady just won that last fight. People are realizing, wait, Sean Brady doesn't suck? I thought Bilal exposed him. I thought Bilal just showed that, you know, he sucked. But I think even with my last opponents, people are going to realize, all right, when you look at his resume, when you look at everything he'd done, the way he beat them, this guy is good.
You know, Jack's kind of a quiet guy, but when you guys faced off, you know, he got the fist right in your face, and he said something. What did you guys say to each other?
Bro, I ain't gonna let another man put his fist in my face. He was like, please don't touch me, man. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't want to put your fist in your face. He didn't say much, man. He was soft. He was soft with it.
Hey, Bilal, I think we all know how, and I think everybody's starting to recognize how good you actually are, but there's still a bit of underappreciation about you. What do you think it is that people just can't appreciate about you?
I think they don't appreciate how good of a martial artist I am, how good of an IQ I have of putting it all together. I don't think there's anybody in the UFC that puts the boxing, the kickboxing, the wrestling, the grappling together like I do. And then when they watch it and they realize, bro, he is adjusting to every fight differently. He's fighting every fight with a different strategy, with a different mindset. He's changing, he's evolving every single fight. I just don't think the real ones notice it, the other ones don't.
So you got Jack on Saturday, but recently, a little while ago, you had a little scuffle with Kamaru Usman. Would you care to shed some light on what happened with Kamaru Usman in that room?
He gonna lie to you, Dean. All he do is lie when he start talking about this story, man. He told me some crazy stuff the other day.
I want to hear the lie. I want to hear the lie. Just tell the lie, then. I want to hear the lie.
Lies.
Just
tell the lie. It's DC's boy. It's DC's boy. So DC hates when I talk about his boy crying on TV and tearing up, and it's. Honestly, I start feeling bad for the guy. Like literally, when people bring it up, I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to talk about another man crying. But, you know.
What's the one line, Bilal? Say the one line he told you that I'm the champion too. Bilal said, no, you're the champ. I'm the champ.
He was like, I'm the champ too. I'm like, bro, you're not the champion anymore. You're on a 3-fight losing streak. Then he's like, anything you do, I do better. And I'm like, bro, you didn't take the head kick better than me. Oh. That was it. I was like, I didn't have to do anything else after that. I was like, it was all systems go.
Bilal, before we let you go, could you just settle a debate for us, okay? Hypothetically speaking,
okay,
you're stuck in an elevator.
Okay, yeah, Bilal.
What are
this is great, Bilal.
Oh my God.
Bilal, you're stuck in an elevator. You're in a
this?
strange building. You've been in there for 20 minutes. What are you saying? What are you yelling?
No, Bilal, what do you do when someone knocks on the door to let you know that they're there? What do you say?
No, that's not the question.
That is the question.
You're stuck in the elevator. What do you say?
Just really quick, let him answer this so he can get going. What do you say, Bilal, to make them know that you're down there?
Hello, I'm stuck.
Not help! Yes! Bilal! Dead hell he said he would scream help. I'm like, yo, help! You don't scream help, Bilal, do you?
No, you don't scream help. You never. Why would you scream help?
You don't scream help, Ellie. Thank you, champ. Thank you. Look at these. Dean would never yell help.
I would never yell help.
No.
Yeah.
Bilal, isn't help like such a soft word for a man to yell?
Honestly, I thought that was very feminine when he said it.
Thank you, champ.
Didn't
Hey,
say
man, say bye to him.
Bilal, I thought we were boys. Thought we were boys. Hey, man, thanks for coming on the show. I know that's hard after a weight cut.
Yeah.
Good luck tomorrow night, man.
Thanks, Bilal.
Appreciate you guys, man.
I'm glad that he answered that because he's a man. Like, you're the, even
How
more.
did I answer it, though? Tell the truth.
Hey.
I was like,
I'm really disappointed because I thought Bilal was going to say help. It's help. I need help.
Earlier you called me a jive turkey.
Yeah.
I got something for you, jive turkey. Look at your single. Look at that. You a jive turkey. You a jive turkey. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are a jive turkey.
That's good.
that looks so real.
That's really good.
Yeah, it really looks like it's on his face.
Look at him. Look at him.
That's
Call
good.
me that.
Did they just come up with that? That was fast. Good job, guys.
Can we be serious now for a minute? Enough of a jive
please,
turkey.
please.
You know, I thought it was really poignant what Bilal said about people actually listening to him now because he has the belt, right? And
yes.
Because it did seem for a while he wanted to build his social media following, which he did. It seemed like it wasn't him because he is such a nice guy when he's doing all this trash talking. But now when he talks, it seems more genuine. I don't know if it is more genuine, but I don't know if it's just because
Like he said, when the champ talks, you listen.
Yeah,
when the champion talks, you listen.
But that's fair though, because like we can't just listen to everybody, right? Like
exactly.
if we listen, like if you the champ, you earn the right.
But when the dude's
for
won 8 or 9 in a row, Dean, we should have been listening already.
Exactly.
Because he won 10 or 11 by the time he became champ. So it's like, yes, but he's comfortable in it. Even just talking to him there, he is just more sure of himself.
He's more
and it's not fake, right? You can tell. This is the Bilal Muhammad that when we're on the basketball court playing, he acts like this.
Yeah.
Or if we're just hanging out, and you guys know he's done TV with us before, behind the scenes when we're just sitting in the green room. That's who he is. It's not him trying hard to make people engage with him. And I think that's where he messed up before. But now, this is just truly who Bilal is.
Seems a lot more comfortable in his own skin to those on the outside. It's maybe always been that way, but it's been a long road for the champ.
In a sport in which actions will always speak louder than words, holding an undisputed title is the greatest statement that can be made. And sometimes, if you look closely enough at what the surface of that gold is reflecting, you'll see a man who gives his everything. A champion who fights for every square inch.
No matter who doubts you, no matter who hates on you, if you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything.
It can be argued no other competitor in the sport of MMA lives, breathes, and sleeps fighting like welterweight champion Bilal Muhammad. The trite phraseology just isn't enough. To give 110%, to be willing to die, to get up when knocked down, merely words in the end. But to truly live it, to believe it, and become it, that's why we should remember the name.
Muhammad!
Do you really know Bilal? The proud Palestinian American, heartful enough to take in a young boy named Jude who'd been wounded in Gaza, the coach who was always there for his fighters, the role model, the unconditionally loyal teammate who insisted on staying home in Chicago to train for his first title fight rather than with the great Khabib Nurmagomedov so his gym could experience a champ camp.
Oh, and an uppercut! Wobbled Leon. The thing about Bilal, you better be ready to fight at this pace for 5 rounds.
Perhaps you've seen the largely false narratives about his fighting style, but the tape doesn't lie. An 11-fight unbeaten streak, dominance of this kind has its own aesthetic.
And no!
As he heads into his first title defense against Della Maddalena at UFC 315. The unsung nature of his sacrifices fills in the rest of the story. For a devout Muslim to answer the call to train and fight during Ramadan is only a glimpse into his mindset.
You don't know how hard you can push your body until you actually have to push it. It's getting comfortable with being uncomfortable.
You say he can't, and he does. You say champions falter at 35. He says at that age, greatness is only getting started, and scoff if you will, but GOAT has always been the goal.
The difference between the top 5 and then the champions, it's mentality. I think that's what separates me from a lot of guys.
Defiance? Well, you better believe it is. Nobody is as married to the game or the gym as this champion's natural habitat, because nothing has ever been handed to Bilal Muhammad.
Well, that was airing. Amen Zahabi, Jose Aldo weighed in. One of them will be stepping to the stage in a moment. And from what we understand, both men were overweight. So this bout has been moved to featherweight.
Yeah, you know, that's always interesting, right? Because when these guys, they know long before they get here the weight that they're fighting at.
Jose Aldo Jr.
Here's Aldo.
And where do you start with a guy like Aldo? Because he's been around for so long, and not only is he a fan favorite. Uh-oh.
Let's see here.
Well, he moved him up to 145, so.
He doesn't look.
He doesn't look like he's fresh.
143. No. The official
143.
Yeah.
So that's 8 pounds
Jose
over what he
Aldo.
was supposed to weigh in at, and he still looks like he was sucked down.
Yeah.
Huh. It still looked like he was sucked down, and he's still 8 pounds over.
Looks a little limpy walking off. Yeah.
Zahabi looks fresh.
Yeah, he looks a lot better.
And weighing in with his shorts. Aldo weighed in like he was weighing in. Zahabi's weighing in with his shorts.
Yeah.
He doesn't look as bad either.
Man, that's crazy that
142, the official weight
at
for
8
But they
pounds,
both
he
must
looked
have known.
rough.
They had to known a little bit
They
before.
must have known before they got here.
Well, they probably knew last night, but still.
Well,
No, not last night.
not last
because
night.
This
Zahabi.
This morning. Yeah, flagged though. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Unless they just sat back there while they were talking to Shelby, they're just drinking. Because they know that they're going up to featherweight. They're just sitting there drinking while they come. Yes, you can gain. You can absolutely gain. You can gain 5 pounds. I mean, every 16 ounces
pint's a pound the world around.
Every 16 ounces is a pound.
Yep.
So if you're down and you drink 1 32-ounce Gatorade and you're dehydrated like that, you gain 2 pounds. And when you're feeling like that, you can really put some stuff down quickly.
Well, Belal Muhammad made weight. That is the good news. And we've talked for a long time about him not getting the respect that he deserves, especially that he thought he deserved years ago, right? And now he's obviously getting that. But that brings to mind underrated fighters in general. We made our top 5 list. This will be our first top 5 list of the UFC weigh-in show. Senko, we start with you on this.
All right. Kicking it off at number 5 for me is Renier de Ridder. Oh.
Uh-oh. Problem with the list, Senko?
I thought we were doing underrated fighters. All right.
There it is.
All right, all good. Oh, that is, okay.
That looks like you ain't never seen that
Senko,
list
where
in
did
your
you
life.
Senko, where did
I'm sorry, never seen that list.
Who wrote this list for you?
That's okay. It's still
Oh my God.
Editorial liberties.
Listen. Number 1, Grant Dawson is honestly the point of the entire list. Grant Dawson is 12-1 in the UFC lightweight division, and I guarantee none of you up here are thinking of him in like the top of this lightweight division. That kid is so good.
The one
he had
thing,
the hiccup, but what?
The one thing you weren't doing is thinking about that list when you were at the Kentucky Derby last weekend. You were Kentucky Derby then. You made this list sitting there in Louisville.
I feel it. Maybe I changed it afterwards. I thought about it more. But listen,
it's your mint julep list.
All the right people are on there. Chase Hooper, 5-fight win streak. Okay, taken out Jim Miller, Clay Guida, Slava Claus. These are solid guys. Yusuf Zalal. Okay, back in the day, gave Ilia Topuria a fantastic fight. And 4-fight win streak now, 3 finishes. Most recently beat Calvin Kattar. Renier de Ridder reminds me a bit of Dricus du Plessis. Like you watch him fight and you're like, huh. And then you watch him perform, and every single time he finds a way to win. He's very dangerous. And yeah, it's a great list. Steve Garcia, incredible run of knockouts.
I cannot wait to see RJ's list because he always has some wild names.
Yeah.
Wow, so much pressure.
I know,
now.
right?
I will say Belal Muhammad would have been number 1 until he became champion. I think he would have. But I think once you're champ,
Agreed.
it's
That's
kind
why
of
I took him off
I think
mine.
you can have champs.
He's not
yes, you
underrated.
can.
He's
Yes, you can.
underappreciated. He's underappreciated.
I think it's still
a different thing.
Not that different.
Okay, well. We'll see. Okay, so someone has them on the
Someone
list,
clearly has
obviously.
Belal. He's number 1.
Plant seeds. Okay, mine. Number 5, Movsar Evloev. Everyone's kind of overlooking him. He should be in a title shot here yesterday. Manon Fiorot with that incredible win streak. Now, if she becomes champion, she won't be underrated anymore. Carlos Ulberg. Yeah, back-to-back.
He's underrated?
I think so.
Yeah, he is.
I think he very much is.
I didn't even realize he had won 8
Maybe
fights in a
it's
row.
just because I rate him.
And he's ripped through
So highly.
everybody, and then once he faced like top 7 opposition, it's been decisions. So I
He
think
beat
people hold on him. He's still
beat
winning.
Volkan and Jan back to back.
And people are like, oh, who's that?
He should be on the short list for people fighting for the belt.
Yeah.
Zhang Min Yang, 12 straight first-round knockouts, and no one's talking about it.
I had no idea who this was. I just
No one knows.
I just knew that Anthony Smith was fighting somebody. Me and Joe couldn't even say his name.
Yeah, even to this day, it's still Anthony Smith's last opponent.
You know who Peyton Talbot was 3 fights into his career.
Well, and that's my point, is he
Facts.
finally got like a co-main event of a fight night, but the whole story was Anthony retiring. He didn't. No one even talked about him. 12 straight first-round knockouts. And number 1, Lerone Murphy.
Lerone Murphy's a good one.
Yeah, that's a really good
everybody.
one.
He's so good. He's so skilled.
And he's beating everybody, too.
And he beats everybody. And soundly, like clean and like easy. He's just not a finisher. So no one's remembered.
I forgot about Lerone.
It's a good list. You guys ready for a great list?
Yeah. Where's Bilal on
Where's
here?
Bilal?
Mr. Champion.
1.
No one's
Bilal's
thinking
number
about
2 on my list.
the other champion's
Number 5,
1.
Mauricio Hufi.
Yeah.
3-0 in the UFC, entered Contender Series 2023.
Underrated?
The whole
Yes, he is.
fight nerds are
Yes,
hyped.
he is.
Okay.
The
Go ahead.
entire
Fluffy
fight nerds.
Hernandez
Yes.
has not
Underrated.
lost since
Love it.
2020.
Love it.
Okay, remember Bo Nickel called him out? I don't know if Bo Nickel wants a piece
No,
of
he
him right
doesn't.
now. I'm
He
just
doesn't.
saying.
He doesn't.
Mobzar, 7-0. A lot of decisions, right? So maybe he's being a little overlooked. Bilal, I don't care what you say. I think people
you
still
can say it, you
underrate
can say
Bilal.
it.
And I'll
Yep.
give you how many title defenses do you think he's going to have? People are waiting for him to lose.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's cashed as
I
a
agree.
dog 5 straight times. This is the first time in 6 fights he's been a
Dan,
favorite.
that's a very strong.
And then
that's strong
Merab's
point.
my
Even
number
the
1.
commissioner didn't know who he was. You know, those guys are on top of it.
Dan, really, that's a good point. Go
12
ahead,
straight
next.
wins for Merab, and I still think he's
Is it because
overlooked.
Bilal's on your list?
No question, Dan.
Dino.
All right, here we go. So my list at number 5, I got Norma Dumont. Now, she's on a 5-fight win streak. We don't really talk about her as fighting for a title next. We're always so concerned with Amanda Nunes coming back. But she's got wins over Irina Aldana, who fought for the title, and Jermaine Durant, who was once the title holder. At number 4, Nazim Sadikov. I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy for this, but this is free game on a contender. I've been in a room with this dude, and he is an absolute savage. Be on the lookout for him. And number 3, I got Marcus McGee, 4-0 in the UFC. Yeah,
He look like Red Fox,
Yeah,
don't
Fred Sanford. Fred Sanford. He like Fred Sanford. He finished Gaston Bolanos by TKO. That's incredible in itself. Got a win over Jonathan Martinez. At number 2, Aljamain Sterling, the greatest bantamweight of all time. I thought he won the fight against Evloev, but we have him ranked at number 9. It's crazy to me. And then number 1,
He's
Mauricio.
ranked 9?
9 at featherweight.
I was going to argue with you
Right.
about putting a champ on your list like these two schmucks,
Right.
but the fact that he's ranked at number 9 is crazy.
And my number 1, Mauricio Hufi, I'm with you on this. I know y'all said all the fight nerds are hyped, but he's not even ranked in the top 15. He's not ranked. So to me, it says it all about him being underrated.
This is how deep lightweight is. You're 1-4. They're like 16-1 and not even ranked.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Lightweight.
and Grant Dawson's not even on your list.
Can I see your notebook for 1 second? I just want to
Very
look at
studious.
Dean's. Look at how old.
It's very
It's
warm.
just and the top of it.
I bought that in high school.
But look how nice his handwriting.
Yeah.
He does have a very good handwriting.
Penmanship.
Where did you
How
get
many-
that notebook?
High school. Nah, I don't even remember.
All right, you ready
How
for
many
my
champs
list?
on your
All
list?
right, at number 5, and this is based on what I'm hearing, Jack Della Maddalena. Let me tell you why. I hear Chael and them go, Jack Della Lema, and he's the number 5 guy in the world. He shouldn't be fighting. He's the 3rd choice. That's underrated from one of the biggest voices in the world. At number 4, I have Fluffy Hernandez. At number 3, RDR, because even RDR has beaten Kevin Holland, Gerald Meerschaert, and Bo Nickel. We're talking about what Bo Nickel didn't do, and in reality, he should have been the person supposed to win. At number 2, Drekus. Guys.
How is he underrated?
Listen, because every time
he's in the top 5 pound for
no,
pound.
because listen. Every time he fights, everybody's like, well, this guy's going to beat him. Well, this guy's going to beat him. Well, we still don't rate his skills as high as they should be as the
He's
champion.
on the pound for
But it doesn't
pound
matter, though.
list.
It's still like it doesn't matter who he's fighting. He was an underdog against every person. Even against Chimaev, he's like 2-1 dog. Everybody is supposed to beat him. And then even Pantoja. It's like, this dude is the best, Pantoja. People don't act like he's just the greatest. They talk like he's going to lose to this dude. And, oh, what about this Japanese dude that's coming over? Dude had no chance. Dude had no chance. And everybody's talking like he can fight Pantoja. Pantoja walk around places. Nobody know who he is. Underrated, underappreciated.
That is true. That is true. That is true.
Pantoja, right?
That is true.
Everybody act like
You know actors really underrated?
champions.
The Rock. You know, no one's talking about him.
Oh,
no
yeah,
one pays
right.
attention.
No,
he's so
but you guys are
underrated.
talking about popularity.
Ian Gary, the backup fighter for our title fight, about to weigh in after he just fought a couple of weeks ago.
Dude, that was such a great fight.
He
on his
fought
part.
good.
Didn't he fight good?
He has,
Bro, he fought good.
He has the best fight IQ in this
Yo,
entire
Ian
division.
Gary fought in that fight like he really is a problem for everybody.
168, the official
168.
weight
He
for
weighed
Ian
2 pounds.
Machado Gary.
Surprised you didn't put Ian Gary on your list.
But look at how we're talking about his skills. Look at how we're talking about Ian Gary's skills. That's not underrated. When we talk about Pantoja, we only mention him whenever he's got a fight. Never, ever before.
I'm surprised no one put Paddy Pimblett. Do you think he's rated finally?
I think he's.
Paddy Pimblett's been overrated, right?
I know. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
At times.
I don't know, but I feel like people crap on his skills. And
no,
then
when he fought Jared Gordon, he wasn't as much as he was highly regarded, his skills weren't at that point yet. So the fight was closer. Now, after watching what he did to Chandler, I'm like, yo, he's a real contender.
Oh, now he's 8 in the division.
Yeah, he's real contender.
He's where
But
he
the
needs to
rating-
be.
the
His rating is where it needs to be.
I don't think the ratings are just the rankings, though. I think it's like how people are
Fan
viewed and how we
perception.
look at them. Yeah, and how they are perceived. I don't know why we ever think anybody's going to beat Pantoja right now. He's so good.
I never thought anyone
And I just
would.
don't. Dude, most people always make it close.
Yeah.
You don't think Kopp could beat him, Manel Kopp?
Maybe.
Maybe,
But I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But, like, everything should be a maybe when it comes to a guy like that because he's so good.
I'm surprised you UFC historians, nobody had Montel Jackson on there.
He was on my original list.
He
But
brought
I didn't.
Montel
But,
Jackson last
when
fight.
I made my list, I didn't know if he was going to win his last fight last
But
week.
then the fight last week was so close, though. Like,
Yeah.
it honestly just came down to judging. Because if you judge all that control the other guy had, he would have lost.
Against the guy who was undefeated, right?
Who gave
Yeah, but
you
it was
that
so much.
nugget?
Yeah, they just gave that to him.
What do you mean? I just
Yeah,
thought of the
there's
fight last
no
week.
chance.
with
you did
Montel
not.
Jackson.
When I wrote my
no
list
chance.
before that fight, I was like, if he loses, then I can't put him on my list. So I left him off my list.
I'll be honest, I forgot Dean was on the weigh-in show. So I texted him. I'm like, hey, man, I need an underrated fighter. And he gave me Mauricio Hoofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did.
My man, give me credit.
No, he's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
He's good. But I forgot, because I wouldn't have asked you had you been on the show. 'Cause I
Right.
didn't want to steal your work.
Oh, well, listen, you
what I
can
mean?
have my work, man. Listen, it's all free work,
He
man. You know
just
what I'm saying?
shares. That's
He
what
does.
he's
I'm
a
very
giver.
sharing.
Dean's the
Yeah.
best.
He's a
Dean's
giver.
the best.
All right, Jack Della Maddalena, Bilal Muhammad. Jack Della, a lot of people say he's not just one of the best strikers, maybe the best striker in the UFC. What problems does he pose for Bilal? Because Bilal's striking has really leveled up his last 2 or 3 fights as well.
So I don't know that Bilal's striking has gotten better.
Really?
I don't. Really? I think Bilal's striking has gotten better because he's gotten so much better at mixing the skills. His wrestling was always really good, but back then Bilal was either wrestling or he was striking. Now he's so good at mixing between the two that you never know what's happening. So yes, he does throw his punches straight, but he always threw his punches straight. But he just was wrestling so much. Even go back to the Wonder Boy fight. He was just diving the takedowns, taking them down. And when they were on the feet, he looked uncomfortable until he could get a takedown. Against Leon, he's like feinting takedowns. He's punching. Sean Brady fight. Feinting takedowns ended up hitting him to where he hurt him. He's just gotten better at mixing the skills, so his striking level looks higher. He can strike, but I don't think it's improved as much as you think. But Jack Della Maddalena in the striking could present some real issues if he didn't have to deal with the wrestling. And that is why Bilal gives these guys problems.
But he submitted Craig Jones in practice.
No, but here's, I think, Jack's biggest thing is his poise. He's not going to drown underwater like Bilal thinks he will. Jack is so poised on the ground. He doesn't waste a lot of energy trying to get out of it. He just stays calm, then he gets out. While most guys drown, like when Bilal fought Leon was like, started to drown a little bit, started to panic a little bit. Jack's not going to panic. He's going to manage his energy the entire fight, which means that he's going to carry his power over into the last round, which means it's always going to be dangerous for Bilal because Jack will not get tired.
Yeah, Bilal's striking looked amazing against Leon, but one of the things about that is that Leon likes a slower, cleaner, more outside fight.
Yes.
Jack can get right in the boxing range and stay there and live there and absolutely cook in that boxing range. And the fact is that Bilal has to get through Jack's best range to get to his best range. Now, it's tricky to keep a fight at a boxing range and not allow the other person to crash in and get the clinch and take you down. But Jack's footwork is so good that he is one of the guys that can sit at that boxing range and manage that range and keep you there and not allow you to inch in and find the hips and find your takedown. So that's, to me, the biggest thing is that Bilal has to go through Jack's best, shiniest weapon to get to his.
Well, and by the way, it's not like guys haven't tried to take down JDM, right?
Oh, but they have.
That's what I mean. No, that's what I mean. Gilbert Burns had 11 takedown attempts.
He keeps it moving on the ground, though. He keeps it moving.
Hey, Dan, you call me that? Dan, you want to call a black man a jive? You want to call a black man a jive? I'm on you all day with these turkeys.
You're just killing me with turkeys.
That looks like a...
That doesn't necessarily look like a turkey.
Yeah, that's a dick turkey.
That does not look like a turkey.
Guys, take this off my face right
No, leave it. Leave it on it. Leave it on it.
That looks like a dick.
You dick turkey. Hey, you call me a jive, I'll call you that.
This is kind of bullshit here. Not even nice. All right, let's play. Let's make another list. RJ, stop messing around. Stop talking to Deirdre. Get up here. Jack Della Maddalena coming off the Contender Series, trying to become just the third Contender Series alum to become a champion. Let's go top 5, pound for pound, Contender Series alums. RJ Clifford, we start with you, brother.
You're going to love this, Laura. I was torn at number 5, Grant Dawson or Jailton Almeida, because they're both one-loss. Tougher weight class, so I went Grant Dawson, number 5. Very underrated for all those reasons. John Silva, pound for pound, fantastic fighter. Also at a weight class to be able to do that against who he's doing it against. Number 3, Jack Della Maddalena, obviously fighting for a title, and then his incredible win streak. Jamal Hill, former champion, and I think Sean O'Malley is pretty clearly number 1. Contender Series. I feel like this is the list, and anything that's deviating from this is bullshit.
That's pretty good list.
Pretty good list.
Thank you. Sanko, let's see if yours is bullshit.
I have a pretty similar list, but people forget a couple of things. Listen, John Silva, to me, is already on that list. I think he's got a very, very high ceiling. People forget that Diego Lopez was on the Contender Series. He lost. He did not get a contract, but he is still an alum. Jack Della Maddalena, for obvious reasons. Jamal Hill, former champion, and I do think Sean O'Malley is number 1. I wanted to put Grant Dawson on there. But
You didn't put him on there, but you had him on your other list?
He's there, well, because I put him on the other list at number 1.
Oh, okay. All right.
He would have been 6 if we had 6.
Okay, so my number 5, I know it's a little unconventional here, but I'm going Lonnie Kavanaugh. I know it's a little weird, but the foreshadowing I have for this young man, I feel like he is going to be something, so I put him at number 5. Number 2, I got JDM, obviously fighting for a title. He's undefeated. John Silva, the most feared man in that division, even stopped Drew Dober at lightweight. Jamal Hill, former title holder. Then number 1, like RJ had, Sean O'Malley. He's a former title holder and also a potential title holder, so got to go with Sean O'Malley at number 1.
Since we're doing this list because of Jack Della Maddalena, I actually left Jack Della off of my list so I could include a couple more guys. And the guy that made the list in place of him is Caio Borralho.
That's
7-0.
a good list. That's a good.
Carlos Solberg, by the way. How did nobody have Carlos Solberg on their list? And Diego Lopez fought for a title, and then the 2 champs, Hill and O'Malley, are my 1 and 2.
That's actually a solid list.
Yeah, for me, John Silva at 5, Caio Borralho at 4, because Caio Borralho looks like a future champion. I mean, you guys are putting Diego Lopez on the list when Borralho hasn't lost, and he's on his way to.
Diego Lopez fought for a title.
But it doesn't matter, though.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. Caio Borralho's still on a path that could surpass that. JDM.
But he hasn't yet.
Sean O'Malley 2, sorry. And I got Jamal Hill 1 because he's first. He's first. Yeah. He was the first guy to come off the show and become a champion.
No, he wasn't.
Pound for pound.
He wasn't the first. He wasn't the first. O'Malley was the first.
No, he won it first. Are you kidding me?
O'Malley won first.
Are you? So you're gonna tell me? So you're gonna tell me that? Yeah, shut up, Helen.
I had you.
You just don't know what you're talking about.
Darn it.
Yeah, he was first.
Help.
I'm taking the first guy. Help!
Help! All right. Help! Stop talking. We have
This
rapid
boy's
fire.
got on high. Help!
Little rapid fire. True or false? Bilal can beat JDM on the feet.
If it stays on the feet. Oh, but the threat of the wrestling is what I worry about. Just on the feet, though,
That's not
no.
the question.
No, true, false.
No, he can't.
False. Yeah.
How can JDM avoid the pressure that Muhammad's going to put on him?
Footwork. I mean, that's how you avoid pressure is footwork.
Punches, uppercuts, body shots.
Not allowing himself to get pushed against the fence. That's where Bilal gets takedowns. He doesn't get them in space. It's normally when you're against the fence. Yeah, you got to move.
Why does Bilal not get the proper respect he deserves?
God, that's a great question. I don't really know, honestly. I don't have a great answer for that.
I have one.
Well, I have one too. I have one. I'll help you out here. It's he doesn't finish, and you have to be able to finish often to get respect in this game.
Some people, honestly, people you just like somebody I just don't like. And I think it's hard for him to connect with people.
Yeah.
He's different. Yeah. And sometimes a different person just doesn't connect.
I think what you said, Dean.
I think that's what happens. Like some people just don't want to like Belal Muhammad for some reason.
He became a UFC champ without ever recording a knockdown. That doesn't happen very often in this weight class, right?
That's true.
All right, JDM had a long camp because of the change from London to this spot. 18 weeks, basically. He took 2 weeks off, after he was preparing for Leon, but basically 18-week camp. Pros and cons of a camp since January.
I mean, pros and cons. Pros, I mean, obviously, the more time to prepare, the more that you can really refine the skills. The cons are you can wear yourself out real quick, and you can accidentally peak without really meaning to peak too early. That managing that length of a camp is actually much more difficult than people realize.
Yeah, I got the same thing. The pros, you're constantly getting better, but just burnout. Like just after you showing up to practice, oh, not again.
Get sick of thinking about someone.
For sure.
He didn't even take 2 full weeks. He took 2 weeks of tapering. So it's like, how much are you comfortable feeling like you're not in camp whenever you really do know that you have that title fight? He probably was getting pretty close to peaking when they changed the date on it. So it's good to have time. But sometimes it's too much time. I agree with these guys.
Is it overstated that Belal hasn't beaten the new breed of welterweight, right? He has wins over Edwards and Burns and Luque and Thompson and Maia, but this is only one over maybe a new era guy in Brady.
I mean, I think the win over Sean Brady is such a good win, and look at how it has aged. I mean, holy cow, Sean's
better and better, right?
Sean's incredible. So I think, what was the question?
Overstated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not.
I think it's overstated if people say that about him.
Well, it's also unfair, too, because not a lot of guys have a lot of wins over the new crop, right? Yeah. So it's a bit unfair to say that because he doesn't, but no one really does.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem, right? Like, when he was beating those guys, they were the guys.
Right.
Right? Like, it's like at the time in which he was beating all those names, those were the guys.
Right. I just realized Sean Brady's right there.
100% knew that Sean Brady was over there when you're talking about how great Sean Brady was.
I did not know that Sean Brady was standing right there.
Such a sucker.
She's right here, Sean. She's right here. Let's get her.
I would have spent more time talking about the.
No, yeah, it's just like back then. Those were the guys.
Yeah.
Gilbert and those guys were the guys.
Is this a potential letdown spot for Valentina? After 3 straight with Grasso.
What do you mean by letdown?
Because she's fought 3 straight with Grasso.
Trap game.
100% it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was what I questioned about her motivation going into this because of that. Like she's been through so much. Like, how could this really get her up for it?
I was concerned about that until I heard her answer my question about appreciating where she sits in the world of mixed martial arts. I don't think there's any letdown in Valentina Shevchenko.
Why do you think Valentina has been so angered by Manon throughout the lead up to this bout? Is she manufacturing it, or?
No, I think she is the queen of the division and has been, even though she had the little hiccup, she has been at the top of this division forever. And to have someone come in a little bit late, and then did you see them chirping back and forth on X? It was actually fairly polite, but why are you making me wait so long from Manon? And then she's like, oh, you must retire and all these things. I don't think she appreciated the smack talk. She's not used to that,
She doesn't do that.
Yeah,
Respect the queen.
When you're the champ for that long, most people are looking at you like, oh, I can't wait to be you. And then for somebody to talk trash, it's probably a bit disrespectful.
There's not a lot of trash talking in that division. So the little bit that happens is kind of like, what?
Yeah.
My thing is this. When you're a champion, you kind of look to make things matter. And you start finding ways to be mad. John Jones does this all the time. He makes himself mad at his opponent. He did it with Stipe last time. Stipe said something about his children. Champions reach for something to get them going. I also think that she recognizes the threat. You lash out when you know you're in for it. Like, you know you're in for it. Whether you're going to win or not. You're like, this dude's dangerous. I'm going to try to just get at him in every way I can.
You manufacture motivation. It's something that Tom Brady did throughout his entire
Jordan used to do that too,
Yeah. What's Manon's clearest path to victory?
Avoiding the takedown.
Oh, yeah.
She's got to avoid the takedown and, you know, try to piece her up with her hands and her kicks on the outside.
Yeah, I think it's that side kick, using her feet, using that side kick to keep a lot of space in between the two, stay off the fence, but using that side kick.
Laura answered exactly like I would. Could somebody tell Sean Brady to shut up? He's like so loud.
He's
like,
being loud. Look at him.
Why-
He is about to punch DC
somebody
in his
tell
face.
Sean Brady
By the way,
and
Sean
RJ
Brady
to
going to be
shut
on the
up?
show here in just a couple of minutes.
Christ, bro.
And Mike Malott will be joining us as well. Who's facing the most pressure here in Montreal at UFC 315?
The most pressure. I actually think it might be Valentina Shevchenko. I would like to say Canadian, but I think because of the spot, I think it's Valentina.
I'm going to go Bilal. I think that the fact that he's already underappreciated, a loss will set him so far back that he can't recover from a loss.
Could be a long time for another title shot, yeah.
I don't think he'll get one. I mean, he won 11 in a row to get his first title fight. It's below. It has to be. He's got the most to lose.
Why do I always have to go first? Then they say these, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great point.
Well, that's what we're here for.
All right, how can Benoit Saint-Denis regain form after a recent run of very tough fights?
He's got to absolutely go out there and murk this kid, because if you take it on, you know, a short notice fighter, you have to do something devastating and special to get people. You need a highlight. You know, highlight.
Oh, I mean, highlight is understatement. I mean, the fact that like he's fighting a guy that no one really cares to see, right? Like everybody was critical of. He's got to go out there and murk this dude.
Minus 1,100 favorite.
You know how you get back? You have an opponent like this. Really, you have an opponent like this. Short notice, 0-2 in the UFC, has not been here for 6 years. And in the time that he's been gone, no knock on the guy, he's had trouble finding fights. So in those 6 years, he's only fought 5 times. That's how you get back. You beat somebody like this, and you beat him very, very down.
To a pulp.
You have to.
You got to beat him up bad. Bad. Like I would beat you.
Well, yeah, you probably would. Mike Malott would probably take you, though.
Are you scared of me?
No, I'm not scared of you.
What a question.
Seeing you with your shirt off.
He got 911 on speed dial. They call the cops on you,
All right,
DC.
enough of this. Let's talk to somebody who's getting down to business tomorrow night. Proper Mike Malott joining us now after weighing in and representing his country of Canada proudly. Saw him walking on the street yesterday. Chatted with you a little bit about your little brother who's playing in the NHL now. We'll get to that in just a moment. But let's start with your fight against Charles Radke. There's been a little back and forth between the two of you. Is this real animosity? Is this fight animosity?
I didn't know there was any animosity until yesterday. I mean, like, I guess it's been one way. You know, I don't use really social media or anything like that. I've been so dialed in on this preparation and preparing for this fight. You know, I assume there's going to be some trash talk and stuff like that, and prepared for kind of any, mental games the guy might want to play. But yeah, it's no animosity from my end. You know, I don't need that kind of motivation to go out there and have the best performances in my career.
Mike, this guy is talking about the country that you love. What does it mean to you to have this ability to fight here? I remember when you fought in Vancouver and the reception you got whenever you and I were standing in that octagon. How much does it mean to you to have this opportunity to do this again against a guy that is talking that trash so you can kind of put him in his place in front of the Canadians?
It's a blessing, man. Like, you know, all these fights are the most important fights in my career, you know, regardless of where they are. But just getting to do it at home in front of my people, in front of my country, it's just that much more of a cherry on top and that much more of a blessing. You know, it doesn't necessarily affect what goes on in the octagon, but it definitely makes the performance a lot more special afterwards.
Mike, obviously Charles Radke's, chirping tends to make the headlines. But what do you make of his actual fighting skill set? What do you think of him as an opponent?
Yeah, he's really solid. I mean, everybody in the UFC is really solid, right? Everybody I fought here has been super tough, and I've looked pretty solid in all of my fights. You know, I've prepared very well for this style. I've prepared very well for my opponent, and I've just focused on my process and my preparation. I feel extremely confident in what I'm bringing to the table and what my coaches and I have prepared. I see myself putting this guy away or picking this guy apart, and that's what I plan on doing Saturday night.
Mike, so I said that Jasmine Jazz DeVicious was the best chance for a Canadian champion. Now, if I had to pick number 2, you would be number 2. What do you have to do Yeah. What do you have to do to get out there and show the world that you are that guy for Canadian MMA?
I just gotta go out there and be myself. You know, when I just go out there and I flow and I'm myself, the finishes tend to come to me. It's, you know, it's the times that I've kind of been too hungry for a finish that maybe that's gotten me a little bit in trouble. When I just go out there and do my thing, I'm able to find finishes. I'm a dangerous guy on the feet. I'm a dangerous guy on the ground. You know, I've taken guys down in the UFC. I've choked guys. I've knocked guys out. I've dropped guys. You know, I'm dangerous everywhere. And now after my last fight, I've won by decision. So, you know, just rounding out my game and adding tools to my toolbox and adding stuff to my resume. And I'm just becoming a more complete and mature fighter.
Mike, we talked about this a little bit on the street. I had the opportunity to see your little brother, Jeff, play in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He was called up a couple of months ago to the LA Kings, made SportsCenter because in his very first game, he gets into a scrap. And we have the highlights of Jeff's fight here. Can you see a monitor right now? Can you see this, what's going on?
Oh, yeah. He's about to fight Brandon Carlo, right? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, walk me through it.
Couple chips there, two absolute monster boys, two big boys. They immediately start chucking, get their grips, and they're throwing. There's absolutely no feeling out process here. This is not a push and pull style fight. Jeff starts hammering the uppercut here in a sec. Boom, hard right hand again. Yeah, man, these guys came to scrap. This was not a like grab the jersey and push and pull type fight. Like these guys were going at it, and then Jeff's all pumped after and psyched, and he probably won't show it, but he gets in the box and he's like all psyched and, you know, thumbs up to the guy he fought and stuff. But yeah, man, he got right in there.
Wait, there's like sportsmanship in these fights, like they shake hands and stuff. He's like
afterwards, yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah, afterwards they're good, yeah, and they were both in the box and they kind of gave each other the thumbs up, like, yeah, man, good on you, nice scrap, good go.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
this was
funny, man.
Here it is.
Yeah,
he's bleeding.
Yeah,
he's like
bleeding there. It looks like.
And look at your psychopath brother. He's like, yeah, that was awesome. Your brother's a psychopath. The guy's bleeding, and your brother's all, yeah, this is cool, man. Me and Mike fight in the garage.
This was his first NHL game, correct? Second game.
This is his second one with the Kings. He played one with the Jets, and that was his second game with the Kings. Yeah.
They actually asked Brandon Carlisle if they knew that his brother was a UFC fighter, and he didn't know, and he probably wouldn't have fought him had he known. Did you talk to him that night? Did he call you right after? He's like, bro, did you see my fight? How'd that go down?
Oh, of course I saw it. I was watching it with my wife. We were watching the game. We just start freaking out. We're like, no way, that's Jeff. He's about to throw. He's about to throw. Like, you can usually tell when they start chipping. I'm like, oh, he's going to go. He's going to go. They're going to go. The gloves drop. Like, oh, no way. We're in now. Like, you're diving into the pool. There's no turning back once the gloves are dropped. And, yeah, that was pretty awesome to watch live.
Did you give him any tips afterwards about you got to do this next time? Got to get the underhook in there?
I thought he killed it. I thought he
His dirty boxing was pretty good, Mike. His dirty boxing was pretty good.
The uppercut was good. Right? Yeah. That, you gotta go up and miss the mask. Yeah.
Not bad, eh? Yeah. He chucked some big ones. There were a couple big ones that landed, and then there was like one or two big uppercuts that barely missed. You're like, ooh, those would have been nasty.
So awesome. Two professional athletes in one family, man. That says a lot. Your parents have done a nice job. Mike, good luck on Saturday night, brother.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
Can you imagine trying to punch on skates?
No.
We should do that on roller skates sometime on the weigh-in show.
It's hard.
That would be fun. We are going back to the weigh-in stage. It looks empty, but from what I hear, Natalia Silva going to be coming up any moment.
Left. There can't be many left.
There it is. They have reappeared. Here is Natalia Silva, a rising star in the flyweight division, coming in with a 6-0 record in the UFC, gets a main card spot against the former champ Alexa Grasso. And she's a very dynamic kickboxer who will likely cement herself next in line for a title shot if she
got makeup on.
Alexa.
Super talented. You gotta look good at weighing.
Yeah, she come real fresh.
You can't be looking.
Is that 126, the official weight for Natalia Silva?
So that's the thing, like you actually put makeup on?
A little bit.
Why would you not? Yeah. You're wearing makeup right now.
Yeah.
She's got makeup and lipstick. Look at her.
She looks great.
And she looks great. Fresh.
She looks beautiful.
You get all those pictures put all over the internet. You wanna?
Well, and the 28-year-old Brazilian coming in as the favorite over Grasso in this one. So
I thought that was really interesting, but she does have a heck of a skill set. Very, very good.
Yeah, I think that's a tough fight for Alexa.
It is, yeah.
Oh, we're setting the wheel down. Let's take a look at our package we have on enforcers.
What's up? It's Nevo Sterling. I'm fighting out of City Kickboxing, New Zealand. As you can see, I'm wearing my UFC hockey jersey. Other than me, which fighter do you think would make a great hockey enforcer?
Who wants to start with this one? You need a minute because I have one.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Tanner Boser.
Oh, that's a good one.
Canadian.
Yeah, I was gonna
missing
pick
a
him too, yeah.
tooth. Big old beard. He already looks like he could be in the NHL. He looks like a
I got one. So I got two rather. I'm going with Mike Malott because you got to be able to skate. Like that's the thing.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
if you can't skate, then I'm going with Ion Kudalaba because he's going to hit you with the skate if he can't skate.
Johnny Walker.
I thought about him.
Johnny
too.
Walker.
Johnny Walker.
He got
Johnny
reach.
Walker.
Answer.
Long, big, tall. Yeah.
What about Justin Gaethje?
Oh,
Crazy.
Justin
Oh, that's a good one.
Crazy.
That's a good one.
I want Justin Gaethje.
Sean Brady joining us on set. You have one?
Or Sean Brady.
Alex Pereira.
Oh.
Pretty good.
Another one.
Big, he's long,
guy.
he's heavy.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Hey, welcome on the show.
Thank
Did
you
you
for having
know?
me.
Did you hear Senko talking about how great you were when you were just standing off set?
No,
Just trying
but
to
I
butter you up?
did hear DC talking about the top guys at the division for the title next earlier when I was running on the treadmill. Didn't say my name, which happens to have a one. This is which was crazy.
Wait, Sean, were you next to my room when I was
awkward.
doing the YouTube?
No, I was running this morning on the treadmill, and I was watching your interview with Brett Okamoto, and you forgot to mention the guy's name who has the number one next to it.
No.
Crazy.
This is crazy.
Crazy.
They're trying to make me list the top 5 welterweights in the world, and I'm not doing it.
Top 5 welterweights in the world of all.
They gave me the list.
Wow.
It was Zach's list.
Wow. Look at it. Look at it. He is
Yo,
fired
if I
up.
don't make the list, I'm walking off the
Sean,
show.
I swear, Sean, you're on my list. Zach Candido, our producer, did not. He sent me the list and he didn't put you on.
Hey, Seth,
but he insisted that I put
mute
Ian
Daniel's
Gary on.
mic, please?
But he
Mute that mic.
insisted that I put Ian Gary
They're
on.
muting you.
Look,
They're
Mute
muting
his
your
mic.
mic.
Seth,
They
mute his
just
mic.
muted your mic.
Yeah.
Nobody can hear
They
you.
don't want to hear you anymore.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you, but I
We
don't
can
think
hear you because you're
anybody
sitting
else
next
No
to
one
us,
else
but
can hear you, yeah.
nobody around the world watching on YouTube can hear you. You got Candido. What do you think about this fight? How do you envision this fight going down here?
Yeah, I think of it two different ways, right? Either Jack's going to knock Bilal out, or Bilal's going to do what he does and find a way to win. I think it's closer than a lot of people think it is. Like, Jack's really, really good. I did a whole camp for Jack. Unfortunately, I got a staph infection and wasn't able to fight him, but I've watched every single one of Jack's fights, and he's dangerous. And he's bigger than people think he is. He's tall. He's strong. He has Craig Jones in his camp, so he comes from a good gym. He's not easy to take down, and when you do get him down, you've seen in the Gilbert fight, he scrambles really well. Yeah. I mean, he created that like Granby roll off of his back and then kneed Gilbert in the face, you know, and won the fight, which he was losing. So, but you can't bet against Bilal. He always finds a way to win, and I think he's going to do it again, and hopefully me and him get to do it again after that.
Would that be your preference, to fight Bilal, or would you? I mean, obviously you've already fought him. You get a chance of revenge, or would you like to see?
No, of course. As a competitor, I want to get that one back. You know, and I think Bilal's a great champion. And for me to go out there and beat Leon the way I just did, and if I go beat Bilal, I just cement myself as the best welterweight of this current age. So yeah, that's what I would want.
There's so much going on in this division right now. And then, you know, we just saw Ian Gary weigh in as the backup. Obviously, he had a great win over Carlos Pratas, sort of forced his way in here and got to be officially the backup. Yeah. I mean, how did you feel about that?
I mean, Ian just weighed in at 168 pounds.
68, yeah.
I'm not like, I can't make 170 on 2 weeks' notice. I could if I had to, but it's going to be detrimental to my body. Like, he's tall and skinny. I can't. So for me, I could have been the backup fighter if I wanted to, but I'd rather come here, do stuff like this, because it doesn't mean anything. Like, you're not going to get the title shot guaranteed because you're the backup fighter. He just beat Pratas. Great fighter, but he's number 13. Almost got finished in the 5th round. If Pratas had a little bit better fight IQ, he would have, if he threw 4 more hammer fists, that fight was over. The fight before that, he lost to Shavkat. So his claim to fame before beating Pratas was he lost a close decision to Shavkat.
Yeah.
It's like you don't get title shots off of losses because he was upset that he didn't get the call. So I'm like, that's crazy. Like, how do you expect to get a title shot off of losing a fight? And then I go out there, I dominate Leon Edwards. No one's ever done that to Leon. Bilal lost 2 rounds to Leon. I didn't lose a second to Leon. And then I finish him. And then people will just forget that I have a #1 next to my name. So because I don't do all the talking shit and social media stuff. I'm not a jive turkey.
Yeah,
I'm not a jive turkey. Like,
But that's
I'm not a jive turkey. I don't got dogs on my shirt. Like, I just come in.
but that's the thing though. Like you were always kind of a quiet guy coming up, but now we see you starting to come out of your shell. What changed for you that now we got you here today?
Yeah, I mean, after losing to Bilal, like I felt like I was just like trying to be perfect all the time, being a perfect fighter, undefeated, like trying to say the perfect things, and like I got to just become like really who I am after that fight. Like, and I'm just embracing like like you're around us, like we talk shit, like we have fun. So I just need to show that side of myself a little bit more. Like I try to keep my personal life off social media. Like I don't like posting my daughter, like certain things I want to keep private, but I also do need to show myself to the fans more and just open up.
Yeah, Sean, I mean, you and I have, Dan. Oh, really bad?
Doctor.
Sean, Sean,
This is the third.
That's crazy.
Sean, I'm on his head all day. All day, Sean, I'm on his head. Sean, that fight against Leon, man, it really showed how far you've come.
Yeah.
Dude, it was dominant. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
When you win like that, you would expect to be on the short list, right, of guys fighting for the belt. But because of all that's going on in the division, just winning won't separate you enough to where nothing happens.
Yeah.
What do you have to do? Because who do you have to fight next, or what do you have to do to make sure that there is no one else that can come in there and fight before you?
I think if Bilal wins, I have the better shot of getting the title shot. But if he loses, Islam moves up. That's what we're hearing. I want to fight. Me and Ian should fight. Whoever wins, even like if Bilal wins and he's not able to fight for a while, like I want to fight towards the end of the summer, like August. Let me and Ian fight, and then whoever wins that is the true. Even though I know I'm the true #1 contender, whoever wins.
When Shavkat comes back.
When?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Like nobody knows. Like he's hurt, and they're saying October, but October really means December. December really means January of next year. So you got all these. Then you got Buckley and Usman fighting. Whoever wins that, they're saying they're #1. So everyone's got this claim to the title. Ian's saying he's not accepting any fights.
Who is?
Ian Gary said he's not accepting any fight unless it's for the belt, which is crazy. Like which is nuts. Like if they send me if they send me a contract that says Ian Gary on it, I'm signing it immediately. Like let's fight. And so yeah, I don't know. It's so jam packed. There was no movement for a while, and now there's almost like too much movement. You know, but I'll fight again for it.
It's a great thing in the division.
Yeah, for sure.
But at some point. But if that dominant performance didn't separate you, I don't know what you have to do.
I'll go beat Ian.
Yeah.
And I think that will put me just beat another
You're
guy.
right. You're right there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I think I am, and yes, but I don't mind fighting again. Like this is what we do, you know. I'm healthy. Ian's healthy. He just weighed in, so we could fight at the end of the summer and fight Bilal, whoever wins, at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if the Hall of Famer, had you on his list and respect you a little more. You know,
dude, hey.
I did a couple extra sprints because he was. I'm like,
That's
man, I really got to put in work around here.
I swear to God, like sometimes I just cannot believe that.
It was relatively recently, within the last couple of years, that you added Dean Thomas to your fight camp as a coach. What is it in Dean that made you want to bring in him to your camp?
Besides fashion.
He had a polo on last night at dinner with no undershirt. No, Dean, like he's just an amazing mind for the sport. Like we train so hard in Philly. Like I didn't need another coach to come in and tell me to do an extra round or do this or do that. Just Dean, just like yesterday, we were just working on just tactics, and I'm somebody who like I just want to learn and learn and learn. I feel like once you stop learning, you're dead in this sport. And yeah, we're just working on different stuff from different positions, and he's just a great mind for the sport. And sometimes it's good. He actually pulls me back a little bit. Like it'll be fight week, and I'm doing 10 rounds, like cutting weight, and he's like, He's like, yo, bro, like, you're good. You're good. So, yeah, just having him around just to kind of have a different perspective than my other coaches is great. And him and my coach, John, they mesh great. You know, they're hanging out during the fights, after fights. He's coming up he was just up in Philly for a couple of days. He's working with my teammates, Joe Pfeiffer and other guys now. So it's just an amazing addition to the team.
Well, and you see it on the pay-per-views. Like, he sees things from a different perspective than DC and Joe and Anik. Like, he's so smart. He knows everything about everything in the sport.
He's breaking it down. He's texting me after fight. Like, he'll text me 1 o'clock in the morning after the fights, knowing I'm passed out at that point. But he's breaking down fights, and he sends these little clips, and he's like, "This is what." He asked me questions. He's like, "What did this guy do wrong? What did this guy do wrong? What did this guy do well?" And yeah, it just makes you think.
And you don't just work with just anybody. What was it about Sean that made you want to work with him?
Well, he just said, like, he's a student. He's a student of the game, and I know how this game works. Like, the window is so small. We talked about this earlier, DC. The window is so small. And when you get a guy who's in that window and they're motivated and they're willing to do what it takes to win, they need help. And if I can help, I'm going to provide. He's so strong in the room, and he's a team captain in the room. I just go out there and I got to help him to try to win this title.
Well, it's that time, guys. Let's do our top 5 active welterweights. DC,
about to get interesting.
You ready? Yeah, it is about to get interesting.
I cannot believe
I got the #1 ranked contender in the world right here.
Imagine Dean doesn't have me on his list. This is going to be crazy.
Sean, listen.
Did you not read the rankings?
No, Sean, I didn't. Sean, no, I didn't. I just
Why
knew.
would you just look at the rankings?
I knew Sean Brady was the best.
He's probably got, like,
I think Sean
Matt
Brady's the
Terrell
best.
on there.
Hey, I swear to God, this is my list from my producer.
Joaquin Buckley over Sean
Sean,
Brady?
I'm just going to tell you right now, and I'm not saying this to hurt your feelings.
I didn't even know.
We make our own list. This is DC's
Sean,
list.
Listen to me, Sean. Sean, listen. I swear to God, fuck this list. Sean, I don't like that you're wrong. Sean, I'm wrong. Sean, look at that. You see, it's Bilal Muhammad, it's Sean Brady, Shavkat, Joaquin Buckley, Jack Della.
That's crazy work.
That's my 5.
That's crazy.
Can you demo your guillotine?
Hey, you want my top 5? Yeah. Sean Brady, Sean Brady.
All right, RJ.
All right, well, mine, I think, is far more accurate. Number 5, Leon Edwards has still got it. He's still so savvy and so good. Ian Gary put on a masterclass against Carlos Prates, which was fantastic. Number 3, Sean Brady.
I'll take 3.
One-arm guillotines from top half guard. That's undefendable. Good luck. Number 2, Bilal Muhammad, the champion, the incredible win streak. And then, I mean, Shavkat Rakhmonov, 18-0, 17 finishes. You can't beat that, right? You can't beat perfection. There you go.
When I saw DC's list, I had to double check my list to make sure.
Number 1, let's go, dude.
He disrespected Julian Robertson like 10 minutes ago. I would not take
I wasn't even do my dog like that.
At least I know he'll keep it honest.
So yeah, I got number 5, Joaquin Buckley. Number 4, Jack. Number 3, Shavkat. Number 2, Bilal. And number 1, my man. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Clapping all the way home.
Let's not get crazy with the Go Birds.
Crazy.
Go Birds.
Yeah, that's enough of that. That's enough.
And I like Philly, too.
Sanko?
All right, guys. I will say it was really hard to pick between Joaquin Buckley and Jack Della Maddalena, but I put Jack on my list. Ian Machado Gary, maybe it's recency bias, but I was so impressed with that last win. His fight IQ is incredible. Sean Brady.
I'll take a 3. I'll take a 3.
I mean, we know I was going to put Shavkat at 1.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we know. We
have the chance.
The hat, everything.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's an excellent list.
Fantastic.
Guess who else has a list? Sean Brady has his own list.
Sean Brady, let's hear it.
Sean Brady,
Let's see where we're at. Where we got?
Pops up right here. See it?
Let's go.
I see it.
Oh, you see it up there.
So we got Shavkat. I put Shavkat at 5. And the reason I put Shavkat at 5 is because I think he kind of got exposed in that last Ian Gary fight.
Injured, Sean.
Everybody's injured.
We're always injured.
Real injured.
Hey, Sean.
We're always injured. We're all injured. We all know
every
that.
time.
Jack Della Maddalena, number 4. I think Jack's really good. He's been off for a little bit, but we're gonna find out in one night. Joaquin Buckley, I think he's underrated. He's on a great streak right now. If he can beat,
underrated.
if he can beat, if
Y'all
he can,
all said, y'all put Joaquin Buckley on the list, DC?
I know.
If he goes out there,
Brady
right
was
there.
the contest.
that was crazy. If he goes out there and beats Kamaru Usman, yeah, he's definitely up there even higher. Number 2, Bilal, obviously champion, great fighter. Number 1, Sean Brady I'm the guy. I'm the best.
I got
in the
it.
world.
We need a
At least you're unbiased about that.
I'm biased for sure.
Have we been on the big screen the whole show?
Sean showed me that.
I've seen this big old screen.
I saw Sean look up and I was like, wait.
I'm like, this is awesome. It's a big
Now
screen.
I can't stop looking at it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
All right.
it's awesome.
While we look at the big screen, a quick message from our friends at DraftKings.
As a UFC announcer with a front row seat, I've been known to get pretty excited. And with this latest DraftKings offer, you can too. New customers get $200 instantly in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, sign up with the promo code, and get $200 instantly in bonus bets when you bet just $5. The crown is yours.
Good New Balances. He overnighted me 2 pairs. I'm like,
Oh, we're talking about free stuff on here, Sean?
Action Bronson.
Action Bronson.
That's
He's got
cool.
sick
He's got
New
like these
Balance.
sick New Balances, and they're so comfortable.
I like those.
And I don't know shit about fashion, so I'm like, hey, send me some cool shoes, brother.
I
I'm a
can
little
help
bit
you
better
with
than
that.
Dean.
All right, how about a little you better, DC? We'll start with you so Sean can see how this works. Bilal Muhammad, you better.
Bilal Muhammad, you better back him up and make him uncomfortable. Make this dude fight on his heels, push him against the octagon side, take him down. When you do that, then your striking will become much more successful and the fight will get a lot easier.
Okay, Sean, Bilal Muhammad, you better.
look right
Here's your
there.
single. Look at this camera right here.
Bilal, you better move forward, like DC said. Wrong one, sorry. Bilal, you better move forward, make Jack uncomfortable, put your hands in his face, lock your hands underneath his butt, take him down, and pin his shoulders to the mat so he can't create those crazy scrambles and get back to his feet.
All right, Senko, your turn. Jack Della Maddalena, you better.
Jack Della Maddalena, you better use that footwork. Stay off the fence. Keep it in boxing range as long as possible. You got to defend the initial takedown. If you get taken down, though, keep it moving. You cannot settle with Bilal on top of you.
Sean Brady, JDM, you better.
For Jack, you better move forward, make Bilal uncomfortable, put his back against the fence, get off those big boxing combinations, and mix it up between the head and the body and find the knockout.
All right, Valentina Shevchenko to Dean.
Valentina, you better find a way to get into a clinching situation. I think you're going to be much better off if you can get your hands around her and put her on the ground. I'm not sure how good she is on the ground, especially on her back. So if you can achieve that, that's what you better do.
DC, Manon.
Manon Fior, you better keep space, manage distance. A lot of long-range weapons, jabs, 1-2 straight, and throw a lot of things up the middle. One thing about Valentina, she will try to wrestle you, but because she does not have the background, she will at times show her shots. If you throw things up the middle, it's going to deter her from constantly level changing and dragging you to the floor.
Jose Aldo, Dean.
Jose, you better slip and rip. You've always had great head movement. Let's get to that. You don't want to take a big shot from Ayman Sahabi. Use that slip, boom, and rip, bam, come back. Slip and rip, Jose, you got this.
Sean, what about Jose for you?
Jose, you better be yourself, go out there and show the world what we all know. You're the best 145er to ever do it, and smoke this man.
Ayman Zahabi.
Ayman Zahabi, you better go out there and wear Jose Aldo out. He looked a little rough on the scales. Put him on the fence, wear him out early, and then go to work with those big old punches of yours.
Alexa Grasso, DC.
Alexa Grasso, you better lock in, right? You said that at the Sphere, you were not yourself. You couldn't get going. You have a second chance to work yourself back into title contention. Get those hands going. Use that beautiful footwork. Create those angles that will leave Silva really grasping for you. And make sure that you engage in the wrestling. Don't allow her to start the wrestling sequences against you.
All right, so this kind of was confirmed yesterday during the press conference that if Jack Della Maddalena wins, he's going to fight Islam. So if that situation comes to fruition, what does that do for you, and who do you want to fight then?
Me and Ian Gary.
That's it.
That's it. That's the. There makes no. And I don't. I'm just hearing from other little birdies. That's what everyone thinks. So. That's what we all think. That's what we should make happen.
That'd be a fun fight.
Yeah, it would be a fun fight. And also just add some, so then you can start matching guys up, right? Because then if that's the case and Makhachev fights against Jack Della as the champion, Usman is fighting against Joaquin Buckley. You put him versus Gary. Now there's very few people that aren't matched in the top 5. Only Shavkat.
Yeah.
Who's kind of sitting and waiting, but he's injured, so he doesn't really need.
Do we know Shavkat's timeline?
Do we know? I was just
He
gonna
just
ask.
said
They
October.
said October,
He
but
just said that.
I don't know. Like,
What would be your timeline for a fight?
I would like to fight in August.
You'd like to fight in August?
Yeah, I like
Not
to
even
fight like
September, okay.
August, September, I want to fight 3 times this year. I got one in early, I can get one in middle, and then get one at the end. I would like to. That's in my ideal world how I would like to go. But does Shavkat have to fight again before he fights for the belt? Because if you go look at Shavkat's wins, it was Ian Gary, it was Wonder Boy, and then who else?
Well, so think about this though.
Jeff Neal.
Shavkat comes back. You said it's October, right? Islam and if Jack wins, Jack will need time to recover.
Yep.
They may not fight till the fall,
Yep.
right? So then Shavkat may need to be fighting along that timeline to
He might
earn
need to
himself
fight.
a championship.
Maybe you do Shavkat versus the winner of Buckley and Usman.
Yeah, but those guys will say, especially if it's Kamaru, he'll be like, I want to fight for the belt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
It's crazy.
That's what we're all like this. We're all raising our arms. But I feel like I'm the only one saying I will fight again. I feel like everybody else is saying.
And honestly, that might
I'm the only one saying that.
to your benefit.
Yeah, I'm the
Because
only
you're
one
so
saying
willing.
that. Yeah.
Because you're so willing, they're like, well, this dude just wants to fight.
Yeah, I'm the only one saying it. So.
Sean, you've been great, man. We need to have you on the show again. And
trying to break out of my shell a little bit.
Sean, what little socks you got on there?
These are dirt bike kids.
And you got, look my
I got 2 different colors. You see that?
Look my hands.
Nah.
You almost left you hanging.
This is how
Look my hands.
that's how I felt on the treadmill when I wanted to give you a. That's how I felt when you didn't say my name on your list.
Dude, they be killing me out
I
here.
appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me.
All right, big
Thanks,
dog.
Sean.
Good man, Sean.
I love how that
He's
played
big.
out.
His upper body's big.
Yeah.
195.
195.
Wiley Cat Santos stepping to the scale.
Wiley Cat Santos. Uh-oh. Let's see what his weigh-in.
Looks a little rough.
Hmm. 147 for Daniel Santos.
Looks like he missed.
That is 1 pound over the.
He's a pound over, but he's going to have.
He has basically 34
30
minutes. And he is going to try and make weight. 2 fighters, I believe, have not weighed in.
Zhang Yang Li and
Bruno Silva.
Yeah.
Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno Silva.
Yeah, those 2. UFC and Heirs unite to revolutionize athletic optimization. Trusted by the Performance Institute and champion fighters, Heirs sets a new standard in performance technology. We asked some fighter on the card some of their optimal ways to recover from training and the grueling nature of mixed martial arts. Let's take a listen to their thoughts.
When I'm in camp, the number one thing for recovery is definitely sleep. I think getting optimal of 9 hours really makes a huge difference. If I get anything less than that, yeah, I can definitely feel it the next day. So sleep is number one.
To make sure I get a good night's sleep, usually I like to wear those nose strips and I put the mouth tape to make sure I breathe properly throughout the night. And that's my secret.
Some of the things I do to get a good night's sleep every night are, taking magnesium, using blue light glasses at night, shutting off my phone when hour before bed. Little things like that help me during camp.
Sleeping is a big part of your recovery. If you don't sleep well, you can't perform at your best the next day. So what I make to sleep, it's try to do meditation, try to take a cold shower before sleeping, not watching my cell phone or watching TV, and try as best all the day to get tired. So at night I just go to my pillow and sleep.
All right, let's talk about sleep here. Obviously, that's pretty important, and I think it's never been studied as much as it is now, and we all realize how important sleep is. But for fighters specifically, how important is sleep?
I mean, it's huge. I haven't been an athlete in a long minute, and my sleep routine is quite detailed. the magnesium, the eye mask, the trying to stay off my phone. But yeah, if you're expecting your body to perform at any sort of athletic level, sleep is the #1 thing that you have to get right, and then you can add a bunch of stuff on top of it.
Yeah, I read a book once on sleep called Why We Sleep by Matthew Wells. And I learned a lot about sleep and how important it is for us. And just like sometimes people say, oh, I can go on these hours of sleep. Yeah, you tolerate it, but you're still not at your optimal level. So for fighters, when they think they can go up all night playing video games and then wake up in the morning, and they're just not as productive as they think they are. Yeah,
big time
everything is affected by a lack of sleep.
You know, sleeping is so important, and I just remember every day I tried to nap after training. And right now, my son is 14 years old, and it's a very important time for him to grow. And for me, in his day now, I've incorporated nap times. At a 14-year-old kid, you want to go, hey, eat, and it's time to get some rest. Because that's how you grow. That's how you get clarity. You can get up and you can be more effective with your work if you're sleeping and getting enough sleep over the course of the day. It's as important as it gets in terms of recovery.
We've realized that now more than ever before. I don't feel like 10, 15 years ago people paid as much attention as they do now. UFC, tough, air smart, get strong, get protected. Get on airstech.com. All right, you guys know that Mother's Day is right around the corner. So we're going to do a little exercise called Would You Kiss Your Mother with That Mouth? You're going to be assigned a fighter, and you need to trash talk your opponent as if your mother was standing right behind you. Okay, so no swear words. I know we're on YouTube, can't swear. DC, we're going to start with you. Trash talking Alexander Volkanovski.
I'm talking as if I'm him or against him.
No, as if you are him.
No, you're talking. You're trash talking him. Am I getting this wrong?
No, I think you're getting it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, you're trash talking.
I'm Alexander Volkanovski. Okay. Mate, how are you planning to beat me, mate? I am the greatest featherweight of all time, mate. You are terrible, mate. And just know you're going against Alexander the Great, mate.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. How about Sean Strickland, Senko?
As if Sean's mother is standing right there? Guys, listen, dude. Listen. You are an absolute gunless, knifeless, liberal maxi pad. Like if you were any less athletic or less awesome, you'd be a literal woman. Why did we let them vote anyway? Sorry, Mom. Like, the minute that women started voting, the whole world went to just absolute shit. You are more useless than a 3D printed condom. Sorry, Mom. I'm gonna absolutely destroy you.
That is hilarious.
I can't do the voice. He gets
No,
very
that's pretty good.
raspy.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
That
good.
was really good.
Derek Thomas. I'm Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis.
Sorry. I'm thinking Dean Thomas and Derek Lewis in my mind.
What's up? My balls is hot, and I'll put them on your forehead. Jesus loves you.
That's it.
That's it.
That's good. All right, DC, Michael Chandler.
Okay. You want to fight? I'll see you at the top. You have no chance against Michael Chandler. All praise. Hey, we're a family. We're a team. Hey, guys, I know I got white privilege or Dana white privilege, but I've earned it, and they're jealous of me. I might grab you by the face. I might fish hook you, uppercut you in the chin, but I'm just trying to win. See you at the top.
How appropriate is it that she gets Shavkat?
Oh, boy. Okay. He doesn't say a lot. You are not a good fighter. You are not favorite fighter of adopted Kazakh queen Laura Slenko. Not even close. You have very few horses, and the ones you have do not breed effectively. I hear from many people that your ego has an STD and the talons are very soft, like a little spaghetti noodle. I will destroy you and bring your lifeless carcass back to Kazakhstan as a trophy.
Oh
Happy
my God.
Mother's Day.
That was good.
That was good. That was good.
Dino, Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy. Hey, hope you're having a good day. Air fist bump. We are going to go out and put on a great fight. I know we are. Now, if I had one criticism about your game, and it's not your ground game because I don't have one either, I think you need to work on your sidekick a little bit better. But listen, we're going to fight. We're going to put on a nice show, and I hope we're going to make some good money. Bye. Have a good day.
That is the whitest
And high
voice
slap.
ever.
And yeah, we're friends.
Fist bump.
In the fight 100 times.
By the way,
Let's slap hands.
By the way, Wonder Boy crushed on the Death Show. Thought
Oh, he
did a
did?
really good job.
Hey,
So,
Good.
Yeah.
But if you're
I'm out
Wonder
of a
Boy,
job, huh?
fight, punch, slap hands. Good job, man.
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. Good job, man. That was awesome.
Respectful.
Man, forget that.
Golly.
Oh, that was fun.
Oh, golly, man. That was so
Golly.
fun. Great job, Dean. That was a good round. What?
I'm just waiting for another turkey to pop up in
Like,
my
what-
head. Like
yeah,
it's
we
any
need
minute
one.
now. Jive turkey over there. We haven't played a game where. Why are you wearing the belt?
Because we won it last week, remember? Last time?
Last time.
We won it. We won it when we threw the ball and the balls were like bouncing off the ground into our
Chris
chest.
absolutely let me down in that.
It was horrible.
I missed the game. I wasn't there.
It was a good game. That was
Okay.
fun. It's like we had a bucket hanging from our waist, and our partner would throw the ball. It would hit the ground, and you have to bounce off the bucket into the
ball.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was so good with Wonder Boy that I want to throw out somebody else for you. And I want you to break down Jack Della Maddalena as if you are Stephen A. Smith.
Oh!
I don't need to. Take a look.
Oh, all right.
What?
Bonjour, oui, parlez-vous français? Stephen A. Smith is in the house, Montreal, Canada, for UFC 315, where Belal Muhammad Ali is back to defend his title against the Australian Jack Maddalena. And I gotta be honest, that's a better fight for Belal, because Dana White first asked me to fight him. I would have dropped that boy faster than Shador Sanders in the draft. But I digress. That fight will be epic. And the co-main event will be one for the ages. Valentina Shevchenko will do battle against Man on Fire. And I will be for the women's light heavyweight strap. But before I get into the rest of the card, I want to give a congratulations to Miss Laura Sanka on getting her black belt in Taekwondo. Now make no mistake about it, that is an unprecedented accomplishment. Now back to the task at hand. We have an amazing fight card, and I'm so excited. I can't tell you how excited I am for these fights. I don't know what's higher, my level of excitement or Daniel Cormier's golf score. It's an amazing card. Jose Aldo, the king of Rio, returns to the Pentagon. Alexis Grasso, Benoit St. Pierre. They're all on this card. This card is stacked. And Saturday night is going to be bananas.
Oh my God, dude.
He is so disrespectful. I don't know why he gets on here and talks trash about you guys like that. Why does Stephen A. Smith always talk trash
You
about
are
people?
so crazy, man.
disrespectful.
CD, this is what
I don't get it.
This is what we're missing with you not being on Instagram. We're missing that kind of stuff.
Well, it's on here.
Oh, that's
It's on here now.
Now I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to post it on mine.
Yeah, it's on here now.
You know, that was pretty good. You guys ready for a little Canadian trivia?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
We're going to appropriately start with hockey. The great one, Wayne Gretzky, spent most of his NHL career playing for what Canadian-based team for 9 years, from 79 to 88? The great one played
This is
for
not hard.
who?
This
It's
is not
Canadian
hard.
team?
Yeah.
Yes, this is not hard.
Prior to his run with the LA
This would
Kings.
literally be the only Canadian team I could mention.
Turnaround.
Oh, they gave me a white marker.
I got a move. I got a move.
Dude.
They did. They literally gave me
I got a white marker.
All right, we got to give Dean that, too. He was going to put the Oilers on there.
I was going to put Oilers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
All right, so everybody has one. Quebec. Quebec is the world's top producer of this topping or condiment, you could call it. Quebec is the world's top producer of this sticky substance.
Oh, Jesus. Make it more easy.
Just trying to keep you guys.
Wait,
Flip
I'm doing it.
All right, maple syrup. Good job. True or false, Rory McDonald once held interim welterweight UFC champion status. True or false, Rory McDonald was once an interim UFC welterweight champion. Turnip, is your marker still not working?
No, hold on.
False.
Dean is cheating, man.
No, I pulled off the wrong part.
Like a new
How
version
many
of cheating.
Canadian UFC champions has the UFC had? How many Canadian champions has the UFC had?
No, I think I messed up.
All right, turn it around.
It's 2.
It's 2.
Yeah.
GSP and Carlos Newton.
Yep, it's 2.
Oh. UFC 129 was headlined by GSP in what city? In what city was UFC 129 that was headlined by George St. Pierre? Turn it around. Toronto. Toronto.
Come on, give me my props. That's say Toronto. Give me my props.
What is the capital of Canada? What is the capital of Canada?
Are you?
I don't know that.
Saw you looking.
Hold on.
All right, let's
wait.
flip him in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's
Ottawa.
It's
I
Ottawa?
put Quebec.
Me too.
What are Canada's 2 national sports? Bonus point if you can get both. 1 point or 2 points? 2 national sports of Canada. All right, we're going to flip them in 3, 2, 1. There's no way you knew that, DC.
I got it.
Did I get it?
No, I thought curling initially, but then I was like, nope, it's lacrosse.
What is Canada's national animal? The national
Wait. Did
animal
I get both
of Canada.
of those?
Did
Or
you get
just
lacrosse
one?
too?
Oh, okay. Okay, national animal?
Yeah, what's the national animal of Canada?
Oh, that's a good answer.
Beaver. Leave it to Beaver.
You don't have to yell it at me.
Neither.
Jeez.
What is the biggest prize for the National Hockey League?
The what?
What's the trophy they give out in the
my
National
God.
Hockey League? What's it called? Turn up.
DC making out with
Stanley
the other day.
Cup.
King Stanley. I was with King Stanley the other day.
Which Canadian fighter is known by the nickname Hands of Stone? Canadian fighters known by the Hands of Stone.
Wait, guys.
3, 2,
Oh, wait.
1. Damn. Sam Stout is the
I got
answer.
Sam.
Yes. Dean.
Only Hands
We
of
have a
Stone I know
3-way
is Jeff
tie,
Neal.
so we go to the tiebreaker.
Yeah, Dean's out, man. Dean's got one. Dean's got one, Doug.
Oh, that's not even right,
But can I at least
dude.
try to answer the last one? You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
How many provinces are in Canada? Closest wins. Doesn't matter if you're over or under. Closest wins. How many provinces are in Canada? 5, 6. What do you have? Sanko on
10
the button.
plus 2 territories. Bam.
Wow.
She knew that because she did 26 hours in
It's
one
actually
semester.
Plus
I'm gonna
3
go
territories.
get my
Smarter.
belt. I could have named them.
Smarty pants over here.
Dude, that's a horrible ass question to end. Make it a sports question. This is a damn sports show.
Just because you know I know
Don't be
nothing
rude.
about any other sports, you can put it on me.
Oh my God, it actually fits too. Oh my God. I had to get up. I've been down for hours. Here you go.
She turned around like the queen. You see how she turned around?
I know. Careful of the mic packs.
Wait, champ, I can't
It's
really.
okay.
Oh, you want me to buckle it?
Oh, yes.
I mean, I gotta give the whole fucking belt, man.
Okay, I need a wheel spin from. Dean
Hey.
hasn't been on the show in a minute.
I know, Dino.
Dean's
been a while.
Let's go, doggy.
Like, the Wheel of Fortune
Oh
here.
my God.
Heavy is
It
the
looks
crown.
nice. It looks nice.
Heavy is
It
the
fits you
crown.
nice too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh,
You're not
yeah.
gonna be better than me.
Oh, Dan was terrible,
Dean,
dude.
You should have seen Dan do this. You should have seen. Oh,
Hey, Stephen A.
Yes, do it as Stephen A.
Oh my God.
Slower. Do you want me to hold fast?
Oh my God, dude.
Throw a hook.
Dean
This is
so
good.
stupid.
This is good.
Dude, you're so stupid.
Oh, I love it.
This is funny.
DC is texting it to Stephen A right now.
I know. He's letting him hear it. Earlier in the week, we did a little DraftKings segment with our On the Line crew. When I say we, I mean me. Check it out. Time to try and make you guys a little bit of money. Time for Best Bets presented by DraftKings. Nick Kalikas, Yanni the Greek, Minty Bets, Dan Helly here with you. You know, we keep a running tally. We get $100. We give you our best bet. Here's a look at the standings as it stands right now going into UFC 315 in Montreal. I haven't done the show yet, so I don't have any bets. Nick is 1-1, down $10, just over $10. Minty down about 20, and Yanni down just over $35, but I have a feeling he's about to make amends and give you a big winner here. What do you like?
Just like the Kentucky Derby, the good horse has to come from behind every once in a while. And we're going to do the unthinkable, and that's fade Valentina Shevchenko, who spent the last 2+ years doing nothing else but trying to figure out how to get past Alexa Grasso. On the flip side, Manon Fiorot has been focused, laser focused, on finally getting that title shot, and here it is on Saturday night. You look at the striking data, she lands almost 2x the significant strikes per minute. Doesn't get hit all that much either. And then in the grappling and wrestling, 8-to-1 takedown ratio with a 93% takedown defense. Love the data. Ready for the big fight. Take Manon.
All right, Nick, what do you have?
For me, I'll go with the plus money on Jack Della Maddalena. I think at plus 190, it's a must bet. Right now, we're buying high with Bilal. He's looked fantastic on his way up to the title and earning that title shot and getting the crown as dominant as he did. But right now, his stock is an all-time high. And the problems that my boy JDM has had against grapplers, I think, is a little bit overrated. I think JDM here has a big striking advantage on the feet. We see Bilal kind of falling in love with his striking recently as well. JDM's going to stuff some takedowns, and he's going to make him pay on the feet and win this fight. So for me, it's JDM.
All right, going with JDM. What do you think, Minty?
Yeah, I'm looking at the main event just like Nick, and JDM comes in as a plus 190 dog, and I get it. Bilal Muhammad has earned that respect, but at minus 230, there's just no value betting on him anymore. So I'm going to take a shot at the dog here. Give me JDM to shake things up.
All right, first, before I get going, I just want to tell DC, put your Twinkie down, put your phone down, stop getting Cassandra to cheat for you. I know this is a tape segment. You're not paying any attention, but I'm taking Valentina Shevchenko plus money on the champ. How could you not? And here's why. I know she didn't look her very best in that third fight against Alexa Grasso, but she did win the title. I believe she has better fight IQ. I think this is going to go to the judges' scorecards. And let's not forget, she has been fighting in championship 5-round fights since her opponent was an amateur. Experience is going to be the difference in this one. Give me the champ, plus money. Love Valentina. Let's go. All right, those are your best bets. DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC. Right now, all new customers get a $200 bonus bet instantly when you make your first $5 wager. Download the app now and use the code GLOVES when you sign up. The crown is yours. Thank you, guys. And as you know, I love me some me, so let's toss it back to me.
I love me some.
Yeah.
Good job, Turkey Dog.
The fact that you actually did it to me during this segment, taped, is so messed up, so let's make you that. That's legitimately you being a jive turkey, talking about Valentina, this and that.
What do you mean?
Legitimately trying to act like you know what you're talking about.
Well, let's see what happens on Saturday.
What he was doing.
Let's see what happens on Saturday. And by the way, when I said that, you were doing exactly what I said.
No, I wasn't.
You were eating a Twinkie and you're on your phone.
No, I wasn't. Shut up.
One of those things was true.
Look at that.
Believe it's 100
You think, yeah, you really do believe that. That's so stupid.
They would.
No, they would.
100%. Mackenzie, I'm not going to ask you what you think about the gorilla, but I'm going to ask you if you can give us a little food, little segment.
We need some food.
Do we have some good stuff?
I think the gorilla wins. And I learned my lesson in Miami to not let you guys go hungry. And Montreal is the poutine capital of the world.
Poutine.
But Schwartz's Deli here in Montreal has been around for almost 100 years. I was told by many people that we absolutely had to go. So we checked it out earlier this week, and I can vouch. It's incredible.
Is it?
Well, we're here, a staple of Montreal, Schwartz's Deli. I'm here with Frank Silva, the GM for 45 years. This place has been around for nearly a century. The biggest question is, what's kept it in business?
Well, I might have to show you. You might even have to try it. Come on.
Sold. Let's do it. Well, Frank, I'm from New Jersey, so I know a thing or two about a Jewish deli. Usually the options, though, are corned beef, pastrami, never really smoked meat. So walk me through the options here that we have.
Well, at Schwartz's, not too many options. It's either smoked meat, or smoked meat. It's a brisket, but we prepare it a little differently. We marinate it, we keep it upstairs. We have 3 walk-in coolers for 10 days. Then we bring it down to the kitchen, we smoke it. We have 2 smokehouses, and then we steam it up front here.
Wow, you guys don't mess around.
Over here, you got lean, right?
Okay, oh, that's lean.
This is lean.
All right.
Of course. Yeah, you got a little bit of fat over here, but you can trim that off.
I see.
But what do we do after? switch it up here, and this is the fatty part. See? Look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's beautiful. See? And that's what we usually do. See?
Oh, wow. It's like...
And then we put it together.
Okay.
And you got a nice medium sandwich.
All right.
Right? And then a little bit of mustard. And you slice it. And there we go.
Beautiful.
Masterpiece.
Well, I can't wait to dig into this, but I know there are some very few options that you do offer people. This is a medium fat sandwich that we have. Walk me through again the differences between the cuts and how it influences the flavor.
Absolutely. First of all, you have lean, medium fat, and then some crazy people ask for fat. But when it comes to a tourist, we try to recommend medium because if you take lean, it's not pumped or nothing, so it tends to be a little drier. So this is a medium to medium fat. This is like the perfect sandwich.
In 100 years, how much, if at all, has the recipe and the way that you guys prepare this famous sandwich, how much has it changed?
It hasn't changed at all. If it's not broken, you don't fix it.
I was gonna say that. Okay, well, I can't wait anymore. I think we need to just dig in.
Absolutely.
If you would also, you gotta give me a little cheers. Oh, maybe not. Yep, there we go.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, this is a staple of Montreal. Frank, thank you so much for having us. An amazing experience, guys. Schwartz's here in Montreal. You gotta stop by. And I know that DC's mouth is already watering, but I think this is gonna be the one time that I keep all of the food for myself.
Definitely didn't keep all the food for myself. DC's already on his second sandwich. He'll lie and say, no, it was just too messy, but this is his second one.
That's very good.
DC, how we living?
This shit is good. That's a good sandwich.
Well, Frank
What'd you
Silva was so great to
Delicious.
join us. While you guys are still chewing, I just want to
You got
go
that
over
pickle?
again.
You want the pickle? Let me try
Montreal the Schwartz's has been the
want pickle?
staple of Montreal for more than 100 years, almost 100 years. When you think of how long and how successful it's been, what has been the number one thing that has kept Schwartz's in business?
Well, consistency. We're doing exactly the same thing as Mr. Schwartz did in 1928. We haven't changed the thing. It's exactly the same recipe.
Exactly the same recipe. I know there have been some modifications to the menu, the addition of some poutine, a couple of options for drinks. The one thing we don't have is that cherry cola, the black cherry cola. So just give us a little insight into what makes that the perfect meal.
Well, black cherry is sweet. Now with the spiciness in the smoked meat, it's just a perfect blend.
We know that the boss man, Dana White, came in and visited you. What was that experience like for you?
Super. He's a great personality, and it was an honor having him there.
You have a wall of lots of famous guests. We got to get Dana on the wall. And, you know, I also saw a photo of you at fights. You were octagon side, is that right, with George St. Pierre?
Sure. I take care of our fighters, so they take care of me.
That's amazing.
Hey, so like you call this smoked meat and not brisket?
It's a brisket.
It's good.
You can make corned beef out of a brisket or pastrami or smoked meat.
Let me tell you something. Whatever you're doing, don't change it.
It's
been the same for 97 years.
It tastes good with the mustard and then the pickle.
Yeah, the mustard.
Bro, the pickle with the
pickle.
sandwich.
I don't mess with no pickles, but the mustard.
I think they like it.
You don't
I like it
pickles,
too.
do you?
It's not a trip to Montreal without a trip to Schwartz's. I'm so happy you were able to join us today. I want to buy you guys more time to eat, but I think that's all we got for you.
This is great.
Let's
Frank,
go to-
thank you so much. This is
Thank you, Frank.
scrumptious.
Dan can throw to like a picture.
So can somebody bring DC his third sandwich, please?
Oh, wait. I almost forgot. I know that you all know what Montreal steak seasoning is.
I don't want poutine.
Oh, yeah?
It's not,
I do
it's
not want
poutine.
poutine.
Oh.
There would be no Montreal steak seasoning if it were not for Schwartz's Deli.
Really?
Oh, wow.
So,
Did you bring some for us?
a little souvenir.
I
Think
use
back.
that
Thank you.
almost every day.
You got the
It's fine. I'll figure it out.
There we go. Oh, one-handed
Wow,
catch.
that doesn't happen every day.
I'm surprised that she got it.
Yeah, she was the champ for a
That's
reason.
literally
I
the
got
only
one
thing.
more. I think I'm going to give it to the truck and let you guys fight over it.
Love it. Frank,
Thanks, guys.
you're the man. Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Mackenzie.
While we're sitting here stuffing our faces, there were a couple of weigh-ins that happened, including Wiley Cat Santos.
Ironic.
And
Zhang Yang Lee.
Zhang Yang Lee. Yes, he's one of the top prospects in the South Korea fight scene. He was the Road FC featherweight champion, not to be confused with the Road to the UFC tournament winner, and he considers Conor McGregor a hero, but he's an amazing body puncher. When you watch this young man fight, watch the body shots because he's a savage with those.
Here's Wiley Cat weighing in for the second and final time after he missed by a pound.
So he got that nickname from the Thundercats because he didn't have a technical, the real cartoon. He didn't have a good technical way of defending takedowns, and they couldn't hold him down, and they just called him Wily, so they just started calling him Wiley Cat.
I like it.
146, the official weight for Daniel Santos.
That has to feel good. Hands in the air, not
hands in the
DC.
air. Yeah. DC, man, you. We're gonna have to get Dan Helly in the parking lot.
Eat too much, man.
What do you mean?
What you mean what I mean?
Why you guys try gang
Take
up
shots at me constantly. Like, I saw Dean have to defend me a while back.
Yeah, man.
When he was still on Instagram, he was telling dudes, y'all better respect my boy.
Yeah.
Here's Bruno Silva.
Bruno Silva.
Our last fighter to weigh in.
The one thing I like about Bruno Silva, one of my favorite things about him is that he says he's not a camp fighter, and he trains all year. And I can respect that, and that has a lot to do with his growth, and it speaks a lot about his passion for the fight game. And he's also honest about the anxiety that he feels as a fighter, and that to me is important because a lot of fighters don't admit that, like that anxiety, and he got help for it. And I always tell him, listen, you can't get better unless you admit it and identify it, and then you can modify it. But he's a guy who's identified the anxieties that he's had in his career, and he's here to fight.
He's overweight.
Well, I would imagine, Dean, it's a lot like sleep, something we didn't pay as much attention to before.
It is, yeah,
but
for
the
sure.
mental game, right?
Right, for sure. And not getting the right adequate sleep also affects your anxiety.
Yes.
So,
what percentage of fighters would you say have a mental coach? Very few.
One of the biggest advantages
Say about
wrestlers
30%.
had.
30.
One of the biggest advantages wrestlers had in fighting early on was that we recognized how important it was mentally. You ask a wrestler, you go, how mental is a wrestling match? You're like, well, it's like 80-20, if not 90-10. They always knew that the mental between the ears was as important as anything else.
It's close.
187, the official weight for Bruno Silva. That is 1 pound over the middleweight limit.
Oh.
Oh, no, poor guy.
So he's a pound over.
Shave the beard.
That's not a pound. It's a lot of money, though.
Facing Marc-Andre Barrio in our third fight of the night.
Is he trying to wipe sweat off and try again? It's not going to work.
Wait.
It's a wrap.
Something ironic, watching someone struggle to make weight.
I know,
eat my
we're all
body weight in
eating.
brisket.
We're all like, look at this guy, he's a pound over.
Jeez, what a
And then Dan's all
Bullshit
in between bites. Poor guy. Yo, that brisket was good.
That was really good.
That was really good
And
sandwich.
you know what I love? They didn't, sometimes they use
187,
rye
the
bread.
official weight for Bruno Silva.
Get a regular sandwich bread out
You
there.
know, like pastrami, because like you kind of chewy, I got a rip. This just falls apart.
It's so delicious.
So good.
Well,
Yeah.
they smoked it for 10 days. A little rent-free. It's a staple of the weigh-in show if you've watched before. It's where we pick a fighter on the card that's been kind of living rent-free in our head because of a past performance. DC, we'll start with your rent-free moment for UFC 215.
My rent-free moment was when Alexa Grasso submitted Valentina Shevchenko. I'll never forget the visual. Valentina's face turning purple, her jaw being white whenever she released the grip, and the fact that she not only won in that way, but she was winning the fight on the feet before. I'll never forget that visual right there of her becoming the world
Did
champion.
you just Luke Rockhold Valentina Shevchenko?
No, that they said a rent-free moment. That's it.
7th, 2009, WEC 41. This double flying knee to Cub Swanson from Jose Aldo. This was the moment where I realized I'm not going to be able to win fights at 145 either when I went down in weight. Because I said, man, I can't beat this guy. He went out there, and then he did the little dance after. I don't know if y'all have a visual of the dance afterward, but that was also my favorite part.
WEC never die.
Franco.
I got you, Valentina. UFC 238 back in 2019. This, ladies and gentlemen, was peak Valentina Shevchenko, the open stance, the head kick right to the dome. I mean, Jessica I was out, and she just kind of does this little dance and, you know, very, very respectful. It's almost like she expected it, like she knew that that was going to be the exact shot that would get her that belt.
How about proper Mike Malat's UFC debut at UFC 273 in Jacksonville, taking on Mickey Gall, a first-round knockout. That left hook got him, and then follows it up with the ground and pound right there. And the best part was at the end, just the blood all over the face, sticks the tongue out, wipes it all over. Welcome to the UFC, Mike Malat.
You like hooks? I got hooks. Jessica Andrade, as the president, bartender, and driver of the bandwagon of Jessica Andrade, I'm contractually obligated to make sure we get a highlight. Knock you out to the face, knock you out to the body, pick you up, slam you, choke you out while standing. That one-punch knockout against Carolina lives rent-free in the entire division's mind, as it should.
Are you a bigger fan of Jessica Andrade
Yes.
than I am of Shavkat?
It's very close.
With me, it's a little bit more sexual. But I would say...
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Got him.
Oh, my God, dude. What is wrong with this dude,
Oh, my God.
What is wrong with this man, bro? Oh, my God. This man is crazy.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's fair for you to admit it. That's good.
This man is crazy.
What's not to love, I think, is the point I'm trying to get at, right,
This
Dan?
man is crazy, dude.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right. The UFC Fight Pass Invitational coming back for its 11th installment on Thursday, May 29th. The anticipation is building. So let's take a look back at some of the athletes that are going to compete in the Fight Pass Invitational coming up on May 29th. All right, the headliner, Fionn Davis, locked up this nasty armbar while competing on Eddie Bravo's Medusa 1 DC. Kind of walk us through this.
Yeah, you watch Fiona Davis actually get to the mount. Watch how she passes to side control here. Then the moment her opponent tries to recover, she gets into this armbar position, locks out the arm straight, and right here, when you start to see that bend, there's nothing left to do but tap. This young lady is a phenomenal grappler.
All right, what she did to Mackenzie Dern a little while ago, too.
Yeah, listen.
Raquel Canuto.
Yeah, Raquel Canuto is the real deal. She is the winningest woman in FPI. She's got 4 in a row, and watch how she's going to go mounted guillotine, and then eventually she's going to switch off, take the back, and get this beautiful rear naked choke finish there. Raquel Canuto has been in this game a long minute, and I feel like she is getting better and better and better. Love her.
How about Mason Fowler, FPI?
Mason Fowler, one of the best grapplers in the world. He actually comes from an MMA background, but he excelled in BJJ, training with a great Kyle Terra. Here he goes in for a single leg to engage in some action. And then he just starts a knee cut pass here. And just look how easily and effortlessly he passes the guard. But it was this Kimura. He just snatches it and puts it behind his opponent's back. Just an absolute monster, Mason Fowler.
Right here you see Colby Fair in a mixed martial arts fight. But this guy's a tremendous grappler. Drives into the single immediately. Gets the hands locked under the butt, puts his opponent down. His opponent thinks, I go to my knees to escape. Nope. Colby Fair jumps on this rear naked choke, gets a beautiful submission. You could see it was only a matter of time before his opponent had to choke. This guy attacked that in such an aggressive fashion. He got the job done. Great job.
We've got William Tackett here, jumping guard, looking for that 100%er crank, but then eventually he's going to get the back, start getting his body triangle figured out, and then this right here, this is such a tight squeeze. It's so tight that it's not even really a rear naked choke, you guys. That is a crank. Oh my gosh. That's what you call a real deal squeeze.
Adele Fornerino.
And this is probably the best highlight that we have, and that is RJ getting choked out here. And it's not even really a choke because it's on his face. It's more like a neck, or not a neck crank, but a
Face
jaw
crank.
squeeze, a face crank. And I wish he had held on a little bit longer till he either jaw broke or passed.
Yeah,
but DC comes in.
That pervert liked it.
Yeah.
Well, got it.
Here comes DC trying to figure things out. DC, if you don't just get behind him and just start squeezing. Oh, there he goes. He opens up under and then gets the neck in there, pushes the head forward, does a 10-finger choke, and look. RJ's face turns extremely pink.
But then when you let him go, he start acting tough. Look, you got to draw. The moment you let him go,
back to jiu-jitsu class for you, DC.
Yeah.
The moment you let him go, he starts acting tough. Then you got to attack him again. It's like that's his problem.
That was fun. You can watch all those guys take center stage on Thursday, May 29th at the Fight Pass Invitational 11, streaming live and exclusively on UFC Fight Pass. That was good.
That was good.
Oh, guess the fighter. There it is.
Yeah.
This is a new game, guys.
Oh, we're not writing.
You get one guess. You don't have to write it down. You just blurt it out, okay?
Okay.
But if you're wrong, you're out. First one to yell it out wins.
Okay.
All right?
And this is Marab.
This is.
Oh, well, come on. Who did
you say?
He didn't say what to do. He said, guess the fighter.
You know who they fought.
People who they fought.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Below.
Nope. Jack.
Got it.
Oh. Below. Dude. We can't even, get a chance when they're fucking yelling.
She's fast.
Izzy.
Oh, my God.
Bro. We don't even get a chance.
Oh, my God. This is like Jeopardy.
This is harder.
Oh, Max Holloway.
Got it, DC.
Yeah, huh? They didn't give you no layups no more, huh? Let's see what you can do next.
Who is this?
No, this is Magomed.
Yep.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, you want to fucking talk to the champ? You want to talk to the champ?
Valentina.
Oh, she got it. Look at that.
Damn.
She got it.
Bro, come on.
I couldn't even see the faces fast enough.
Can you do me a favor and just take it off and put it back on me again?
Oh, my God, bro. Why I gotta keep doing this shit, Laura, man?
Just take it off and then immediately put it.
So just take it off, then put it back on?
Yeah. You can put it over my shoulder if you want.
Okay, how you want it? On your shoulder or on your back?
How do I want
All
it?
right.
That's what I like.
There we
That's what
go.
I like.
There you go, champ.
Thank
God
you.
dang it.
Hey, DC should probably just stay standing.
I'm gonna have you spin.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mirror.
Mirror.
Where's the mirror?
Mirror. Dean, give me the mirror.
Oh, here we go. This is mirror affirmation.
Can I get my camera real quick? Let me see myself. Come on, Nick. Nick Milani, hurry up, man. There he is.
Oh, there.
There he is.
Yeah,
I see you,
that's
Nick.
beautiful.
I see you back there.
Okay.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all? Yes, it's DC. I'm having trouble here lately with this group of people. They're killing my confidence. I'm very self-conscious. What can I do to be better? Oh, I don't need to do anything. I am better than all of them. You know, I am better. I am better, Mirror. So thank you for always just giving me an opportunity to look in my own face and remind myself of how genuinely special I am.
You want to share that story?
No, please.
Tell the story.
What'd you do? What'd you
Tell
do?
the story.
Dude, please don't
What'd you
make me
do?
tell the story. No,
What'd you
bro.
do?
Tell the story. Just tell the story.
All right. So I got a new knife, and I'm like super happy about the knife.
Like a
I took
cooking
it,
knife?
No, it's like a regular knife. I put it. It got like a leather case. I put it on my hip.
Oh.
I took it to the golf course.
Yeah,
everywhere.
like- yeah, like
I do
crocodile
everything with
You
it.
thought
I
you were
do
crocodile
everything
Dundee.
with it.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm in my house and I'm putting together my kid a queen size bed. So I get one of those vacuum sealed mattresses and I start to cut it open. They generally will open really slow. I cut the mattress too deep to the bottom. It explodes up. Knife hits me in the chest.
Oh my God!
The knife hits me in the chest.
Oh my God!
I swear to God, I'm holding the knife, cutting the mattress, and but instead of like this, it would have killed me. It actually hit me flat on the chest. I was like, oh my God, I was shaking, and so then I got my knife taken from me now.
Yeah, but
I can't find it.
Can
Who
you
carries a
imagine?
knife?
Someone would have been.
He's a knife
I'm like
collector.
a knife guy now.
Are you?
Someone would have been charged with your murder because who is dumb enough to stab themselves to death?
Bro, the mattress hit me. The mattress like exploded into me. It was crazy. I was so nervous, but then I want my knife back. But it's been taken
took
from
it?
me.
Who took
Cassandra took my knife. And she's
You
hiding
don't-
it. She
you
said I'm a
don't- you
moron and I
should-
don't need a knife.
Yeah, you don't need a knife. You don't
Really?
need, yeah.
I think that was. I think you proved that.
That was just an
It's a
accident.
good thing you
There's
didn't
a
try to open
huge
it up
warning.
with a gun.
There's a huge
that's what I'm
warning
saying.
on those mattresses. Don't open up with a knife.
I know, but I do everything with my knife. I take my knife.
No,
not anymore. I don't have it. But before, I'm like eating with my knife. It's like a little cut-up knife. I'm like eating with it. I wash it. I open my dog food with the knife.
Use it for a little toothpick.
How many times did you say that's not a knife? That's
a knife. I had it for like 2 days. Only had it for 2 days. Got to take it from me.
We have a lot of guys who have. This is an interesting list, right? Because when it was first proposed to us, it was a win streak, not an unbeaten streak, and then some of you guys had that changed, right? But Bilal Muhammad on an 11-fight unbeaten
I
streak.
talked to Cassandra. We got your knife.
That's the knife that almost killed him. Yeah.
That's
like
DC
right
for you. JDM on a 17-fight win streak. Manon, 12-fight win streak. So we got a lot of guys. So this is our top 5 best win streaks in the sport. A full MMA win streak.
So, yes, UFC fighter, but their streak goes beyond. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's starting with me?
Again, that wasn't necessarily established when we made the list. I'm just setting
No, it
this
was.
up.
I literally asked that question on the call. I was just confirming.
You sure?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Number 5. Let me just adjust my belt so it's in the light here. Della Maddalena has a 17-fight win streak. 7 of them are in the UFC. 17 in a row overall. Especially amazing considering he started his career 0-2. I find that amazing. Ilia Topuria, 16 wins, including Max Holloway and Volkanovski. 16-0. That's incredible. Islam Makhachev. Now, the only reason I put Islam ahead of Ilia's 16 is because of the overall quality, the longer quality of the run. Shavkat, of course, at number 19. And, I mean, you can't deny John Jones. I'm sorry.
Okay. DC, you're up.
I done forgot John Jones.
You did
Oh, imagine that. That's weird.
I done forgot John Jones. All right, man, I got 7, Pantoja, because it's time to give him his love. Bilal, who's won 11 in a row. Drekas, who's won 11 in a row, but Drekas has won all kinds of high-level fights, championship fights. Marab at 12 in a row, and then Islam with 15. I'm listing these guys because there are win streaks, and these guys are winning these streaks in the UFC against the best fighters in the world. So all those regional fights, I just kind of excluded them. Yeah.
Except John Jones.
Yeah.
I messed up with John Jones. I forgot. But it's easy to forget.
All right, so mine is not unbeaten. Mine's a win streak, so my list is a little different. I have Islam at the top, 15 in a row, 4 title defenses. Marab has 12 in a row. John's number 3 on my list because in terms of a win streak, it's 6 in a row since his no contest to you. All right, I'm talking win streaks. Drekas has 9 in a row, unbeaten in the UFC, and then Bilal, 6 in a row since his no contest.
Even your
with
numbers
Leon.
don't match up with what they're showing on the screen.
Well, they didn't put up
because
what
look,
I put up.
It says John Jones, 20. Weird that you would have him at 3.
Remember when we discussed this list, Zach's like, unbeaten will work.
Zach wasn't
do
even
what you
on
want
the
to do.
call. It was Cody.
He answered the email. So mine is a win streak. My list is a little different. It's the correct list.
No, mine is the correct list because not only does it include just like the streak, but also the quality of those wins. So I got Drekas at number 5. He's got 11 overall, which includes Whitaker, Izzy, and Sean Strickland twice. Ilia Topuria, 16 overall, which includes Max and Volk, 2 Hall of Famers. Islam, 15 overall, which includes Poirier, Volk twice, and Oliveira. Marab, which includes Umar, O'Malley, Cejudo, Jan, Aldo. I mean, crazy. And then number 1, John Jones. Do I really need to explain it?
Yeah, you know what? John Jones should be number 1. I messed up. Because he beat everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that 6-fight win streak that he has since mine, those fights aren't as good.
But I mean,
though
like,
that
the
level of
totality of it,
competition
right?
wasn't as good
But in
as his
totality,
his initial win streak. It was crazy.
Will never
That's
be.
Hall of Fame after Hall of
Will
Fame after
never
Hall of Fame.
be
But those
replicated.
last 6, like, is there a Hall of Famer in those last 6 that he was talking about? Stipe. Yep. There's only one. But those first 14, there's got to be 7 Hall of Famers on that list.
Yep.
Yeah, it is pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's John Jones.
Hey, if Bilal wins, and by the way, he is favored for the first time in 6 fights to win, what do you want to see from him next?
Ooh.
He talked about Brady.
Okay, if Shavkat is going to be
healthy,
well, if he's healthy, I think it should be Shavkat.
Okay.
I feel like maybe we're thinking the timeline is a little long to be waiting that long. I would like to see him fight Sean Brady again, to be honest with you. I think it's a different fight the second time.
Brady for sure. I mean, Brady came on here, he wants it. Bilal says he wants it. It's clear. When two guys want to fight, it's clear. Give it to Sean Brady.
Brady, if not Brady, go up to 185. Vacate, let Islam fight Brady for the welterweight championship. That would be good. Vacate, go up to 185. You won, you defended, you're like Ilya now. Go up, fight. He said Drika sucks. He said he would like to fight Hamzat, so why not? Yeah, win, vacate, go up to 185.
You think he's big enough at 185?
He's
That's
big, man.
I know,
but that dude is
but
big.
That's a big jump.
He's big when you don't really expect him to be as big, especially on fight night. He's big at 170. Imagine what he'll look like when he can weigh 200 going into the octagon. Sean Brady weighed 190. Imagine if Sean Brady was like, I'm going to fight at 85 and let me gain 10 more pounds of muscle. He could do that easy.
What are your thoughts on Islam moving up?
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it, but I also like that the UFC is now telling guys, if you want to move up, vacate. Let's not hold those weight classes up anymore. You want to go to 170? Absolutely fine. Go do that. But 155-pound belt is on the line, just like they told Ilya. I think it's great. I like that he wants to go up. I think he'll do well at 170. But I also like that he's vacating the belt.
Yeah, if you vacate the belt, I'm okay with that. But I'm not a fan of these guys moving up.
They don't want to do double champ anymore.
Well, but for sure. But I'm just not a fan of guys not creating a lane of their own and then just extending these and trying to have these win streaks as a champion. I want to see a champion who gets 10 title defenses. But these guys are getting like 2 and going, you know what, I want to move up. Okay, cool. But you got to give up the belt.
Yeah, but he's defended this belt 4 times now, Makhachev.
I still want to see.
I'd like to see him.
I want to see him fight.
But
Topuria.
And that would be he hasn't fought Sarukian either, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, he was fighting the guys that were available to fight him then. And if they had anyone available, if Sarukian had presented himself as the guy, he would have been in there instead of Volkanovski.
Yeah, but is 4
right?
really that many times? I mean, look at GSP and Anderson and these guys.
It's Volk twice, Moicano.
Yeah, but that's exactly why he doesn't want to fight Ilya. That's why he doesn't want to fight Ilya. But that's why he doesn't want to fight Ilya is because of what you just said. Well, it's Volk twice. Volk was the #1 pound-for-pound dude in the world when he fought Islam. And because he's a featherweight, everybody's like, well, it's Volk twice. Right? So that's the same thing.
I mean, do you really feel like his lightweight legacy is written in stone by submitting Moicano,
He's fighting.
Poirier?
He's fighting the guys they put in front of him.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's just the
not
truth.
A
Yeah, but
knock. It's just like there's meat left on the bone for him.
But the problem is, like, you just constantly, like, if you start going around. So first off, Ilya's going up, right? I mean, he's great. So yes, I understand him potentially getting a title fight. But Islam, right, was already supposed to start fighting guys again. He was already about to start fighting guys again. Arman was the #1 contender. He's already beaten him. Oh, Charles Oliveira beat Michael Chandler. He may get the title. Charles Oliveira won Michael Chandler. He's going to get a title shot. He already beat him. So now he's starting to beat dudes again. Like, how is that fair to the champ to say that the only way to secure your legacy is to beat dudes a second time?
Well, no, I get that, but I'm just saying, like, but 4 times, is that really a lot? Like, look at, like, GSP and Anderson and Demetrius Johnson. These guys had, like, 9, 10. To have 4 and be like, you know, I'm done with the division, to me, that's kind of cheating.
But do you think that Makhachev couldn't get to 9? Would you bet against those guys?
Yeah,
would you bet against him in all those matchups I just listed?
Well, if he fought him today, no. But, I mean, as time goes on and they start to get better, we never know.
I want to see it unfold.
But why don't you want to see him at 170?
Maybe I'm old school. I just kind of miss the days of these champions.
But that's the problem. A great title reign isn't 9 title defenses anymore. It's 3.
But why
not?
Because it's the way MMA is today. Guys move. It's an impatience that to go do something better.
They're chasing.
Everybody's always chasing something because at the end of the day, we talked about this with Valentina yesterday. The UFC was not attainable before. Now there are a bunch of avenues to get here. Becoming a champion was almost impossible before, an impossible thought. And then so many people won 2 belts that becoming a champion almost felt like, well, you're a champion, but you need more.
So you're saying you ruined it?
No, it was Connor, it was me, it was Amanda, it was Henry.
It's all your fault.
It's because of all that, like, guys are like, I want more.
Yeah, that's true.
But there's not a clear path for every champion, but there seems to be a clear path for him in terms of next guys in line to fight. Why not just
the same guys again? he stays and beats Ilya, if he
Poirier's
stays
not
and
the
beats
same guy.
Ilya,
Gaethje's not the same guy.
But if he was to stay and beat Ilya, people would be like, well, he needs to beat Arman. It's gonna just constantly be the same guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Still hasn't fought Gaethje.
Yeah, but they won't put Justin in there. I would like him to fight Justin.
All right, how about one more quick message from our friends at DraftKings?
As a UFC announcer with a front row seat, I've been known to get pretty excited. And with this latest DraftKings offer, you can too. New customers get $200 instantly in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, sign up with the promo code, and get $200 instantly in bonus bets when you bet just $5. The crown is yours.
Time for a little game of shotgun roulette. The loser of this one has to chug a full beer. We do have a sample video. Let's check this out. This is how this game goes down.
If it does what? Oh!
Get open the top of the candy.
Oh, this is cool. This is a cool thing.
All right.
Here, Dan.
So,
RJ set it
RJ,
up.
put the can in there.
And if Dean...
Dean does a Coke.
Well, you pass it, so we don't know if it lands on Dean.
Yeah.
I'll come in as his
but you have to
corner
turn
man
it around
and take care of it.
You have to turn it around.
So you rotate and give it a good full, not one little tink, like a whole 180.
Oh.
Point it at yourself.
Yep. No, just one, and then pass.
Great.
He kind of cheated, right?
Big crank. Big crank.
Oh!
Wait, I got a drink.
RJ! Oh, God.
Come on, RJ.
Doesn't Dean have to do this at the same time?
Do I have to do this too?
Yes.
Yeah, pound, Dino.
It's a Coke. He's got a Coke.
Arch!
Look at Dean.
Arch!
Dean.
Let's load him up.
All right.
Come on, Dean.
Rock him again.
Are you okay?
This is a lot
Rock him
harder.
again.
Let's load him again.
You don't have to do the whole thing. It's okay.
It's already coming out.
Oh,
Drink.
Laura! Go, Laura! Go, Laura, go!
You gotta smash
Go, Laura!
How do I
No, drink it through the thing. Smash it. You gotta smash it. Smash that.
Smash the side.
No,
Go, Laura, go, Laura!
Say go! Guys, you're ready to go.
Help me!
That's it?
Help me! I can't do it. Oh my God.
Laura, you gotta chug the beer.
I did.
Yeah, that's a veteran.
That was almost it. All right.
All right. It's not even coming out.
Leave it to the frat boy.
Oh my God.
Easy.
Let's get another one.
Again?
What I do these all?
Well, get a new beer.
Oh my God.
Pull it out. It really. All right.
God damn it.
I think it's broken.
No, we're good. We got one more in this.
We got one more in this bitch.
It's the weigh-in show. We don't quit.
We got one more
We
in
don't
this
quit.
piece.
Okay, let's start.
No,
at
my
the
turn,
end
my turn.
And end with DC.
Why?
How about that for a change?
Do I need to hit this first?
No,
That's right,
just twist
rotate,
it down.
just twist.
Once. Good.
Go, pass.
Oh.
Like this. There we go. Go.
Drink it, Laura, drink it.
Go.
Say go.
Say go, say go, say go, say go, say go, say go.
Good job,
Go off the
Laura.
hook, DC.
Laura, just a little more, Laura. Please finish it. Laura, you're a champion.
Come on, Sanko.
Why are you throwing it on the floor?
Laura, you are a winner in everything you do. Finish this.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Laura, you are better than this.
Come on, Laura.
Help me.
Help me. It's in her eye.
DC's dumping it all out on the floor.
It's really hard to do that.
Oh, it's good. It's
Oh,
good.
God.
God, it's fun.
You represented well, RJ. Sanko, good effort. Good effort.
Yeah, I give you a props. Come on, you don't leave me hanging.
Oh,
Give you a prop.
Oh, the UFC 315 weigh-in show is in the books. Hard to believe. 2 hours and 25 minutes of pure fun, and we ended with Sanko shotgun.
Help!
Don't do that. Why would you do that?
He said help.
Why would you do that?
He said help.
Me help you. Order your pay-per-view now. Gonna be a hell of a card. DC, don't touch me ever again.
Oh, look at you. Full body turkey.
Yeah, full body.
Hey, you call me. You don't call me that. You gotta fight me if you call me that. I swear to God.
Look at DC's big body turkey.
No leg kicks.
Yeah, that's how quickly it can happen. That's how quick it can happen, Helly. That's how quick it can happen, Helly. That's how quick it can happen. Just remember, that's how quick it can happen. He said that hurt. He said that hurt.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
That's how quick
Montreal, 3:15 going down on Saturday. Order it now. What a beautiful city. DC's just a big bully.
No,
He's a jerk.
I checked that kick.
That hurt. Thigh hurts. We didn't even play a pool noodle game.
Yeah, we did. Look at it.
Sean Brady's he was a good guest. We need to have
Sean
him.
Brady's a good dude, man.
And you didn't even have him on your top 5 welterweight list.
Is that you thinking of me and Andrade?
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah. I was not expecting that.
You don't know me very well, do you, Dan?
Sega, why are you bobbing up and down?
I don't know.
Did
Did he slap you?
Yeah.
Oh, I smacked you.
Right after the check, too, you were like.